Just so good. You just totally deceived him there, the googly. And like I say, Silver Fox, plenty of experience there, and he turned it on immediately.
Silver Fox, I like that. I wish I could be a Silver Fox. Sadly, there's nothing to go silver. In terms of the superstars, they are already through. They are through to the first qualifier. So can that be dangerous sometimes? You just relax. They've almost got nothing to play for today.
Yeah, I think they still want to win. The way you look at them, the way they have played, and also Michael Bevan being the coach, I don't think he'll allow any of those players to take it easy, because he's quite intense at times, and you will see that on the field as well. And they're here to win, and because they lost the previous game, they've got to keep that momentum going into the playoffs. So it's a very important game, even for them, not for qualification, but just to get that momentum into the playoffs.
How do you defend these short boundaries if you're a bowling side then? Have you got to try and pitch the ball up, rather anything short might just get pulled into the stands?
Yeah, I think the sort of length balls are the ones that you can probably pick up, or shorter balls can be hit square of the wicket. So I think a lot of cutters, it'll be interesting to see how they respond on this wicket. Early on the new ball as well, if there's a bit of swing available, things like that, you can take a real early call on how the pitch is going to be performing today.
I think the spinners can also look at in a positive way as well, because as a batter, you look at these boundaries and you only want to go across. You don't really want to go straight. A lot of times that can play in your hand, and you can pick up a few wickets as well.
Yeah. Fielders might have to be a little bit careful with this outfield. We see a lot of sand out there. This is, as we say, a football stadium. It might even be the first cricket match they've ever had here, I'm hearing.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really interesting getting the old long barrier in the way and trying to get something behind it. A couple in the infield as well. You got to make sure you got to check your teeth. You got some teeth there afterwards. But it's going to be a real test on the ground fielding, no doubt about it.
Yeah, I think I'll add one thing to that. I don't see many players putting their body behind the ball on this outfield.
Might just see people escorting it to the boundary or diving over.
They'll prefer to be on the side of the ball rather than behind the ball on this outfield.
Okay, I understand that completely. Got to protect the teeth.
Yeah.
Right, in terms of the batting, the Southern Superstars have been very reliant on one man, but that's because he's simply hit the most runs we've ever seen in one LLC season. 285. No one has ever got that many. He is so far ahead of Ben Dunk in terms of leading run scorers, 133 now. And he's very smart, isn't he, Abhishek? Because what he did really well was cash in on the flat deck at Surat.
I mean, if you're a batter and you got to play, you know that you're going to get one innings in Surat. You've got to try and make the most of it. But again, 11 sixes, and what an incredible innings. Not just, I think, in this tournament, I think you wouldn't see better innings anywhere else either. The power hitting, and with the ease he did it, just brilliant.
As well, I also saw him even this morning. You think there's a game on, he might take it easy, have a coffee and the breakfast, but he was in the gym there, and he was grafting. He really was working pretty hard, and that's only a couple hours ago. So he's a really focused individual, looks after his body. He's a real professional. Really great to see, even after retirement.
And we saw how far he can hit the ball as well. I mean, with pace on, small surface like this, he's capable of putting it miles out the ground.
Oh, absolutely. If you look at the boundary here, 50 meters only, and even if you take the pavilion and add another 20, he can clear that every time he gets it off the middle of the bat.
Yeah, right, guys. What's your gut feeling here? I mean, do you think Toyam, because they need to win, do you think they've got the edge here on the Superstars, or are you going the other way?
I think they're going to give everything here. They're going to come out guns blazing, and they're going to try and take the initiative early in the match. I think that's what they're going to try and do. But obviously, Superstars, they know they don't want to let off that lead. They're right well out in front. They've been leading the pack throughout the tournament. But I think Heidelberg to come out with a real statement here.
Yeah, I think it's a very balanced side. If you ask me, I've been going gaga about the Toyam Hyderabad. I think they've been a brilliant side. If you look in papers, they're as good as any other side. And now it's time they come out there and perform.
Okay, right. Let's just remind you why they need to perform then, Toyam Hyderabad. They are in the top 4 at the moment, but they're not guaranteed to finish in the top 4. They need to win today to guarantee that. If they do that, they'll jump above both the Tigers and the Capitals. If they lose, then the Tigers and Capitals are through to the playoffs, and they're then reliant on Gujarat Greats beating Konark Surya's Odisha. If that happens, Toyam can still lose and go through. The Southern Superstars, as I said, will be in the first qualifier here at the Bakshi Stadium. So all the playoffs will be played here. They will play that first qualifier on the 12th of October. Then the next day we've got the Eliminator, which obviously IPL fans will know is how it goes in terms of playoffs. That's third against fourth. Then we've got the loser of the first qualifier against the winner of the eliminator, which would be our second qualifier. Then we have a day off, and date for your diary. It is next Wednesday, 16th of October. That will be the final here in Srinagar. Okay, so I guess if you are Manipur Tigers or I've forgotten who the other team are now, who's above them. Manipur Tigers or
Connaughts, is it?
Not Connaughts.
India Capitals.
India Capitals. There you go. I've been doing this tournament too long. I've forgotten who the teams are. I mean, they're going to be keeping their fingers crossed here for obviously a Toyam loss, because then they can relax in their final game.
Yeah, I think so. And also, then that gives them the opportunity to finish in the top two, which is always a great opportunity. You get 2 digs, you get into the final. But you're absolutely right. Anybody in the list who are looking to qualify, they would want the Toyam Hyderabad to lose this game.
Yeah, they're all probably watching at home in the hotel with their Southern Superstars shirts on.
Yeah, no, it's very close. It's sort of reaching that point in the competition where one win will get you right through, and then it opens up a whole opportunity. But one loss here also could be going home very shortly.
Okay, listen, it's all about where we are today. We are really, really pumped for this game. The first time we have seen a high-level cricket match here in Srinagar for almost 40 years, 1986. The last time these fans got to see India take on Australia. It's going to be slightly different players on show today, but still a few overseas and domestic stars on show. They are slowly coming through the doors. Very nice evening, pretty cool, and the live action is next. That was a nightmare, guys.
Hello, checking in from the comms box. Can you hear me? Hello, isn't that quite a view? Welcome back to the K Rasa Legends League. We are on the final leg here, and we have made it to Srinagar. And today, live from the Bakshi Stadium, we have Toyam Hyderabad taking on the top of the table Southern Superstars. And an exciting tussle. Toyam Hyderabad came on top in the last meeting of these two. So they're looking to try and book themselves a spot in the top 4, keep themselves in there. They're in there at the moment. Superstars are the only team so far qualified for those knockout stages. But if Hyderabad lose today, The two above them will qualify, but if they win today, they will qualify. So it's all to play for out there in the middle. The Superstars very happily up the top of that table. And look at that glorious view in the background. And this is how it works. So the Superstars will take on second place in that qualifier on the 12th. And then the eliminator the next day. We go through into what's in essence a semi-final on the 14th. And then the big one, the final, 16th of October, for who is going to lift the trophy of season 3 of the K Rasa LLC. And it is the most glorious backdrop. Just look at Srinagar. Cricket coming to Srinagar for the first time in almost 40 years. I wasn't even born, but that is just absolutely picture perfect. It is such a nice temperature for cricket out there as well. It is just beautiful. You look up, you see cricket, and then just in the background, the mountains just sleeping behind there. And look at that. And the players just getting ready out in the middle. It's absolutely magnificent place to come and play some cricket. And the fans are rolling in. Look at that. I mean, that is how to dress to come to the cricket. Local dress, and that is really impressive. Dressing up for the occasion. And the pom-poms. The kids are in. They're dressed in their uniform and they're armed with the pom-poms. And they're going to be waving those around. I think we could see quite some big scores today. The fans have been rolling in for a while, actually. We got here a while ago now, and fans were already queuing at the gates because it is such a momentous day bringing cricket back here for the first time in such a long time. And with a backdrop like that, why would you not want to watch cricket here? It is simply magnificent, perfect spot for cricket. And remember, this is what it is all about, playing for that trophy. So it's our first match here. And let's go and hear from Abby and John about what the pitch is looking like.
Good afternoon. It's match number 19 here at the K Rasa Legends League, and we are in the beautiful city of Srinagar. The conditions been difficult in Jammu. Let's find out from John Kent, what does he think about the conditions here in Srinagar?
Well, Avi, it is a beautiful place. This is a football ground. That's what it's known for. A lot of time since cricket's come back here. So really a great moment for the city. The ground itself, the pitch itself, it's got a very different look to it. There's a lot of different colors. There's some dark areas. There are also a lot of lighter areas as well. But there's some grass that's rolled in. There is a little bit of grass around, but there is lots of cracks. But they are being held together very tightly. They've rolled a lot of this. They've rolled this wicket a heck of a lot. So I think it could just skid on a little bit with the seamers. I'm interested to hear what you think about the spinners. What's going to happen here?
So it's very difficult to tell if the ball is going to spin, but I just feel, looking at the surface, there are a few cracks which are there in the surface. The ball might turn a little bit. But in terms of batting, what sort of an innings you're looking to play on the surface?
I don't think it's going to get up very much with this. It might just skid on a little bit lower. So I think try and get out the crease possibly to some seamers. Try get out on that front foot and try and dominate a little bit. Hitting square of the wicket might become a little bit tricky, but I think that's the approach. Not going to be a huge amounts of carry through to the keeper today.
Yeah, and absolutely. And if you look at both sides, the sides are pretty small. So if you're a batter, you'll be eyeing both sides of the pitch rather than going straight. But still, I feel if you win the toss as a captain, you look to bowl first.
I was out there in the middle with the two captains, and it went down in the favour of the Superstars, who decided they were going to have a bat first, actually. So this is the side that they line up with. Obviously, Martin Guptill, he's streets ahead for the most runs so far in Season 3 of the K Rasa Legends League. Goswami, he's got runs. Mazakadza as well. So they've got some really good run getters so far in this tournament. And then we've seen what they've been able to do with the ball. And then even looking at the substitutes, the likes of Razak could come in as that impact player. So that's a very strong batting lineup for the Southern Superstars, who will be batting first on this pitch. And look at that for a view in the background. We're looking at the cricket, but you just can't help keep your eye out on the views. And this is how Hyderabad line up. They've got some really strong batting in there too, but it's about their bowlers first. Panesar, he's actually really impressed us so far. He's come in and he's stayed in that side. Bipul has been phenomenal with ball in hand, really made a difference. So it's going to be interesting to see if they can restrict him to a low score on this slightly smaller field here. You know, the first game out here Toyam Hyderabad. They know if they win today, they will book themselves a spot in those playoffs. And the crowds are really enjoying rolling in here, but it is the city that is just absolutely picture perfect, with the mountains in the background all around. When we flew in just yesterday, it was quite breathtaking actually to see as we landed. We've done all around now into our 4th city here, so bringing the K Rasa Legends League to as many as possible. The youngsters are in, the young girls, that's what we like to see, girls being inspired by true legends of the game. And yeah, it's always time to get a picture with the mountains in the background in the full headdress. It's absolutely amazing to see that coming in here. So we've got pom-poms, we've got young kids in India shirts. There's always an India shirt everywhere you turn. And they all sat down, ready, got themselves a spot, taking the photos. I was there when cricket came back to Srinagar. That's what they can happily say. And it's a really exciting day ahead. And they're still rolling in. They've been rolling in for a while now, the fans, so it is filling up. The two umpires even heading out to the middle. Ranmore Martinez and Chris Firry overseeing things tonight. And Jerry Matabiri will be the TV umpire for this afternoon's match. And it really is just a perfect temperature out there for cricket today. It was very hot in a few of the places we've been when we were playing the day games, but this is really nice ambient temperature, perfect for cricket. And that man on your screen will be very important with the ball in hand. Bipul Gurpreet Mann captaining this side. He's been in great form with the bat as well, and he's led this side well and with a smile on his face, which is always important. Monty Panesar there, the 2 Englishmen bringing up the rear. Monty Panesar, Peter Trigo coming out at the end there, and more kids in. And I'm happy to say that Abhishek Jhunjhunwala has made his way up into the commentary box. This is a very exciting day bringing cricket back to Srinagar, isn't it, Abhi?
No, it's a massive day for Srinagar and for cricket as well, returning after 40 odd years with the K Rasa Legends League. And look at the side of the Toyam Hyderabad. 3 left-arm spinners, Jakati. They've got Vipul Sharma and they have got Monty Panesar. So very spin-heavy for them. And then Sudeep Tyagi getting an opportunity to play today. And then Shinwari, who's going to bowl a bit of spin too. Traeger, we'll probably see him roll his arm as well. But they're going to start. It looks like they're going to start with spin. Gurkeerat Mann, who batted beautifully in his previous match, again leading the side. It's a very important game for them. It's a must win. Not a must win. If they win, they definitely qualify. If they lose, they'll have to wait for other results.
And they're one of those sides we've talked about a lot. They've got a really strong side. They're on the wrong side of a few very close matches, and they just picked up that momentum, winning their last 2. They beat this side last time, who were unbeaten until that point. But that man there, Martin Guptill, he will be eyeing up these boundaries. He's already the top run scorer. He's got 100, he's got a 50. We know what he can do, and he has been in scintillating form so far in this tournament. Look at that strike rate, up over 180. And that's just what you want up the top of your order. Keeping him company, we've got Hamilton Mazakadze, a man who we know can also hit a big ball and really inject something into this.
Yeah, I'm a bit surprised with 3 left-arm spinners. There's no Shrivas Goswami at the top of the order. He's batted quite well for them so far in this competition, was leading this team until the last game. But today they've got a new skipper, Kedar Jadhav, with all his experience. Let's see what he can bring to the table. But just a bit surprised that when they have 3 left-arm spinners, there are 2 right-handers who open the innings.
So Bipul with ball in hand has been really impressive. Bipul Sharma, he's taken wickets at crucial points, and he's going to want to try and strike early. If they can get rid of one of these 2 early, they'll feel very good, because they know that these are 2 men who can send this ball beyond that boundary when required. So crowd still rolling in, and we have play. It's a full toss to kick things off. Slightly missing his line.
You've got to keep an eye on the fielding, because the players will be a bit worried. It's a bit bumpy, and looking at the crowd, plenty of people have managed to come, and we can expect a lot more to come as the game progresses, as the day progresses. Still a working day, so hopefully around 4:30, 5 o'clock, we can expect a surge of people coming in.
Yeah, there was quite some noise for just a single there. Full toss again, absolutely dispatched by Martin Guptill. No ball as well.
Vipul Sharma bowling a long hop, full toss, no ball. It's all going wrong at the moment for the Toyota Hyderabad. Not the start they were looking for. Look at that, tossed up, and Martin Guptill will be a bit disappointed that he didn't hit it for a 6. Small boundaries.
Yeah, his eyes might have lit up at that, and he's sending it into the mountains. Maybe just because it was his first delivery, we'll let him off.
It's just marking his run up, making sure he doesn't bowl another no ball. But Martin Guptill, his eyes will lit up for the next delivery. It's a free hit, tiny boundaries. Vipul Sharma, is he going to be brave and try and bowl a Yorker? He's standing really deep in the crease, Martin Guptill. Really, really deep.
Well, it's actually a good delivery in the end. And I think it's just going to win the race to the boundary. And Guptill is continuing in the same way he's already played in this tournament.
This seems a decent pitch. We haven't seen much turn so far. That coming off the toe end and still managed to carry all the way to the boundary. Stuart Binney, who was chasing that, but gave up at the end. Already 10 of the first 2 deliveries.
Dot delivery this time. This is much better. Bipul Sharma just struggled with those first few. Now he's just getting the gauge of this.
Yeah, slight turn, which we expected on that surface because there were plenty of cracks when we did the pitch report. So nobody was actually sure how this pitch is going to play, how the ball's going to react.
Go back and do that one again. Yeah, Martin Guptill and Masakadza, when they came out at the beginning here, would have been eyeing this up to up their boundary count. That's well bowled. This is much better from Bipul Sharma.
Yeah, what you don't want to do on this pitch is turn your bat too early. Playing against the spin, you've got to play, try and play as straight as possible. And Martin Guptill straight away, just correcting that, doing a little shadow. You can see his tiny boundaries in that drone shot.
Yeah, and this is better. It's just that bit fuller. He's getting Guptill going back in his crease. So he's not able to free himself up and take it on. We saw the first few, the full tosses as well, so a little bit different. So one to finish off that over. So it started, it was expensive, but it's a good finish this from Bipul Sharma. 1 over gone, 11 for none. So Southern Superstars, this is how they line up, but they've opened up with Guptill and Masakadza. They have had Guptill and Goswami coming in at the top, but changing it today, and I think maybe looked at those boundaries and thought Masakadza is a boundary hitter. He can really strike a big ball when required. He's not had much of a chance yet, just faced 1 so far today. And Guptill already 9 from 6. His eyes would have lit up with the full toss and the free hit already today. So from the park end, we're going to have Tyagi. So a bit of pace from this end. 26 matches, that economy just below 8, and the 16 wickets to him. Yeah, it's a good start.
Yes, Sudeep Tyagi has played for the country as well, played IPL, played a lot of cricket. Getting a first opportunity in this year's Legends League. Try to make the most of it. First ball slightly back of length. Let's see what he can extract of that surface. The ball came quite nicely. There's a bit of bounce as well.
Yeah, wide signalled. I think just wide, but wide all the same.
Yeah, I think it's important as a bowler that you try and bowl as straight as possible, wicket to wicket. Again, that one was a bit floaty. Hint of swing, but very wide. And that's exactly what Martin Guptill is showing as well, that there was a bit of shape to that delivery. And a few movements in front of the screen at the moment.
Dispatched by Martin Guptill, and that'll be the first 6 of the day, and I very much doubt it will be the last.
That's 300 runs for Martin Guptill in a single season of Legends League cricket, and look at that for a delivery. Wide, it was short, and it was asking to be hit. And Martin Guptill didn't disappoint. Quickly on to 15 of 8. He'll have to sort his line. More importantly, he'll have to sort its length. Tyagi.
That's much better. Sliding down, but much better delivery this from Tyagi. And it's nice to see that he's not been scrambled in the head by that missing the line and being taken on by Guptill.
Yeah, I think welcome to Srinagar. Thank you. Again, I think disappointed Martin Guptill because clear opportunity. If he got any bat with a fine inside the 30-yard circle, could have raised for another boundary.
Yeah, and that's really good. He's finding it now, Tyagi.
That's better. Good line, good length. I just have a feeling the way the ball has come on the surface, next time he bowls a similar delivery, Martin Guptill might go over the bowler's head. And if you look at the fielding team, Tyagi, Panesar, Shukla will roll his arm and get those turns. Jakati, another left-arm spinner. Then got Jangid, Bipul. Malhotra is keeping Stuart Binney. Plenty of bowling option there.
Unable to get it out of the ring this time, Guptill. So, been impressed by this by Tyagi. He may be a little bit nervous just the first over at the beginning, but he's sort of settled into his rhythm now.
Yeah, if you look at it, he bowled a wide and then a 6, but after that it's been dot, dot, dot. So he's come back quite strongly. He's got to finish well. It's all about the final delivery in T20 cricket. You can bowl very good 5 balls, but you can ruin it all in the last delivery of the over.
And that's kicked up on him. I think that's sort of surprised Guptill with the final delivery of the over. So 7 coming from it. 2 overs gone, 18 for none. So 18 already on the board for the Southern Superstars, who sit top of the table. Played 6, won 5 of them. The only loss is to the team they're playing today, the Toyam Hyderabad. And Hyderabad, if they win, they book themselves a spot in the knockout stages, but still all to play for, really, for the men in yellow here in Srinagar. So going for a change in bowler here. And Masakata goes for the big heave-ho. He's got a little toe on that somehow.
Yeah, a couple of runs. Getting an inside edge. The ball just stopped on this pitch. And that's what you're going to get from the spinners. Back-to-back left-arm spinners. And look at that for a delivery. He played that shot too early, Masakadza. The ball hardly came after pitching. Just got to wait a bit longer.
Good start this from Jangid. Handed the ball for the 3rd over. So interesting that they're mixing things up. Bipul Sharma missed it a little bit in the first, so changing it up. Ravi Jangid, the left arm orthodox. The economy, and that's what's impressive, just 4. And keeping Mazakadze honest at the moment, it'll just be 1. There's a slight misfield. They think about coming back for a second and decide against it.
Yeah, as a fielder, you're always worried about the bumpy outfield, and what you don't want to do is twist your ankle or something. So that's why you can see the fielders going slightly slower, being a bit careful, and look at that for a bounce again.
Yeah, especially as the fast bowler as well. You know, modern cricket, we see people throwing themselves around in the field so much more, but especially the first game on this, you're just a little wary. That's the last thing you want to do, is injure yourself early on in a match like this. It's going to be wide, that one. The first one, he's really missed the line.
Yeah, what we've made of the pitch so far, Georgie, that there is not a huge amount of turn. Yes, it's a bit slow, it's a bit low, but there are no real demons. You wouldn't be too worried to bat on the surface as a batter.
Yeah, that's much better. Just worked away for one. They're just trying to keep it quiet on the boundaries. There's already been 9 balls now since the last boundary, and that's something they'll feel good about.
Yeah, that's the key. To try and bowl as many dot balls as possible.
And that sort of looked like it was there to be hit. Mazakadze just nurdling it away, picks up 1. So 3 overs gone, 24 for none. DJ's blasting the tunes and the fans are absolutely loving it. They've rolled in, they're excited to see cricket for the first time in a long time. And this is the road to the final. So the superstars are on their way into the knockouts already. They're the only team who've booked themselves a spot in that. If Hyderabad win today, they will get into the knockouts. And then it's all about the big one, the final on the 16th of October. And that's where someone can get their name on the big shiny trophy. So Mazakadze going at runnable 5 at the moment. Tyagi has been awarded a second over. And that'll bring Guptill back on strike. The one-handed pickup from Monty Panesar.
Yeah, it's difficult for the batters to hit through the line, so they'll have to be patient. They'll have to wait for delivery in their zone, in their side of the pitch. There is still a good position here, 25 without loss. That's the key on this pitch, not to lose too many wickets.
It's gone aerial from Martin Guptill, lands just short of Jangid out on the boundary.
On the bounce. Nicely played. It's a beautiful city, Srinagar, and top of the table, most runs, Legends League Season 3 is Martin Guptill with 302 runs, and then Ben Dunk, half his runs. Mone Van Veek, Gurkeerat Singh Mann, and Thisara Pereira making that list as well.
Yeah, Mazakadze is just not quite finding his stride yet out there in the middle. And I've seen Guptill hit the few boundaries that he's managed so far, including that, the big 6. But he's just trying to get the measure of this pitch at the moment, getting the measure of Tyagi.
Yeah, Tyagi bowled well so far in this over. Just a couple of runs. Can he get a wicket?
His eyes lit up there, Hamilton. He was trying to send that over the commentary box.
It's a tennis ball bounce. The ball really lost a lot of pace on the surface. Look, the batter was through with the shot, and also just dipping before it reached the keeper. Nicely taken by Malhotra. That's a tough take. I'm glad he's wearing a helmet.
Yes, it's been really good, this over from Tyagi. He had a few sketchy balls the beginning of his first over, but now he's really finding his rhythm, finding his length.
Yeah, what will be interesting to see as the game progresses, how this pitch plays, because as we have seen in the last couple of overs, is really slowing down, the ball hardly getting to the bat, dying onto the batter. And the tough conditions again for batters. It has been.
Martin Guptill doesn't quite time it, but will keep strike for the beginning of the next over. So 4 overs gone, 28 for none. Runs on the board, 4 overs gone. It's actually been 16 balls since we last saw a boundary. So when we thought that Martin Guptill and Masakadza up the top were really going to try and fire here, they have been kept quiet. Tyagi, 11 coming off just his 2 overs so far. He's done well to keep them quiet. Masakadza just struggling a little bit to time it, just getting the measure of the bounce, the measure of the carry. That's Jangid with his second over. It's good running, actually, between the wickets.
Yeah, I think the fielder needs to be a lot closer on this pitch where the ball is dying on the batter. It's not going to go at great pace. If you're standing in point or cover, you've got to come closer to try and stop the batters from nicking those singles.
And again, will just be one if it's backed up nicely. And you went down and had a look at the pitch earlier, Abby, so talk us through this one.
I just feel that if you look at the surface, it's got a different color to it, a lot of black soil used, but there's a lot of cracks. And it feels very, very dry. There's hardly any shine on the surface. This tells you that the ball is not going to bounce much. It might skid a little bit, but it's going to be very low. So it's very hard for the batters to time. And hence you have seen so many balls hitting the base of the bat.
You can even see Guptill signaling the skid there. This time he goes aerial. His hands come off the bat, over the shoulder, not going to get there. And it's going to be 4 in the end.
It's unbelievable. That delivery went to the boundary. It just shows how small these boundaries are. Hardly got anything on that. Martin Guptill skewed it up, thick outside edge, wanted to go straight over the bowler's head, but still managed to pick up a boundary. A very difficult chance there for the bowler. Jangid, nowhere close.
Bowled him. That is the end of Martin Guptill, looking to hoik it into the leg side. And that is a huge wicket, this, for the Toyam Hyderabad, the dangerous man, the one who's been hitting the boundaries. He's going to go back into the hutch.
You're going across the line on that surface will be very difficult. You have to pick the length perfectly. On that occasion, was slightly short than he thought. And going for that big heave through the onside, the ball stopped a bit, turned, and hitting middle. Nicely done by Jangid, picking up his first wicket. And look at the reaction from Martin Guptill. Out for 23 of 20, 34 for 1.
Guptill on his way for just 23, the top run scorer by a long way in this season's K Rasa Legends League, but can only make 23 today. Jangid has the first scalp of the day. Mazakadze still out there in the middle, and Yadav has come out to join him in the middle. They're 34 for one still to come in this, the 5th over. So Kedar Yadav leading the side today, the right-hander. And a really impressive over in the end from Jangid. Getting the wicket, getting the big wicket. 5 overs gone, 34 for 1.
So 5 gone, 1 over left in this power play. Important, the crowd loving every moment of it, hanging on every stroke played. So far, not as many boundaries as we'd think there would have been early on a smaller ground. And the pitch, the batters are taking a little bit of time to come to terms with it. So another change of bowling. Sharab Jakarti, one of the numerous left-arm spinners they have in their lineup. Matt, hope you're all good.
Just had to wait for that, Hamilton Mazakadze. Pitch doesn't seem to have too much inconsistent bounce at the moment. That is good. But it is slow. You just got to wait as a batter, whether it's seam or spin. So far, they've done a pretty good job, the bowlers, of protecting the very short square boundaries. I haven't seen batters able to access them just yet too much. Oh, that's not going to help though. Full toss and almost a spectacular catch by Peter Trigo.
Wonderful effort and a great view of that from the commentary box. Thrown up. He's got a long reach, does Hamilton Mazakadze. Extends those arms and for a second thought Trigo might have a chance. But with that swerve, with the wrist work, got it away from the fielder for 4.
He's a football goalkeeper, Peter Trigo. He's actually played professional football. Up and over, scythed over cover. It's going to be a 1 bounce 4. So any width will be climbed into in these conditions.
He struggled earlier on. Oh, what a sight that is. Colours aplenty. And this was a little bit on the outside half of the bat, though. Got the elevation of the cover, so back-to-back boundaries.
Hard and straight to mid-on. Tried to go up and over Hamilton Mazakadze. He couldn't get the elevation, and Ravi Jangid takes a good running catch.
A very, very sharp and well-judged catch. He was looking dangerous. Mazakadze was going for another boundary, trying to clear mid-on. Lovely view, lovely camera work, straight into those mitts. Hyderabad doing a great job here. They're in this game, and spinners are having their say as well. But Hamilton Mazakadze, a really good player in this tournament over the years, and they've managed to displace him. So Mazakadze gone 16 of 15. The Superstars 42 for 2.
That's 1 leg.
Change in batting order for the Superstars. Changing captain too. Shrivas Goswami in at number 4. And that is a rank wide. They're going to come through for an extra one as well. Hit the stumps, but he got his bat down there. We're going to send it upstairs, but I think I can tell you from here that he got his bat down.
The bowler got the claw on that one. Just bowled it off the pitch. It was not one of the worst deliveries we've seen the whole tournament, but we've seen a few batsmen that have not grounded their bat in this tournament and they've been found short this time. The bat is down.
Goswami in at number 4 today. He's been opening all the way through with pretty decent success, and generally he is an opener. Wonder why they made the change today. Also disrupted a left-right combination, didn't they? To have Masakadza and Guptill together. Maybe they just wanted the extra power to take advantage of the small boundaries, particularly square of the wicket. Oh, hard sweep. That's rocketed to the boundary. Right off the middle of Kedar Jadav's bat. Great way to end the power play for the Superstars. 48 for 2. There we are in the shadow of the mountain here in Srinagar. That is the indoor stadium just to your right there. They play sports like badminton in there. Lovely looking structure. There are the two teams. Toyota Hyderabad missing a few of their overseas players today. Southern Superstars though at full strength. So Superstars might look at Toyota and think, well, their batting is a little bit weak today. They've got a few bowlers, but batting is not as strong as it usually is. They might just think, if we can get a decent score on the board here, strike early, they'll be in trouble. Here's Monty Panesar. Ooh, turn for Monty. Straight away.
Big turn there, and Goswami really found in no man's land. Really didn't get forward, didn't get back, and just struck him in a huge appeal from the men. And that's an excellent start from Panesar. Lovely. Say landed some foot marks. There isn't much foot marks there, but it turned like it did.
And again, one of the barrage of left-arm spinners available for Toyota Hyderabad. They can't play them all. Let's look at Kedar Jadav's sweep. Final ball of last over. He almost took out our buggy. And that's turned too much. It's going to be a wide. But this is the most turn we've seen so far.
Also interesting, Jamu, Panesar didn't really get that much turn, and we thought he'd get more, and today he really has ripped it square so far. So he's having to just adjust his plan to conditions. On a couple of occasions now, he's been quite surprised. He's bowling it outside off to the left-hander, going for a wide down the leg side. So that is big turn. We like to see him have the slip in position now, and this is, talked about the left-arm spinners. This is the 4th left-arm spinner they've used in 6.2 overs.
Good start by Monty. Also a good single taken by these two. Are very quick between the pitch. Let's have a look at the pitch, shall we? And I spoke to the groundsman earlier. He hasn't had too long to prepare it, just 12, 15 days or so. And this is a football stadium. They don't play cricket here. So given that, I think he's done a great job. We haven't seen any roll along the ground yet, like we saw a little bit in Jammu. So far, so good. Let's see how it holds up. But it is slow. You've just got to wait for the ball as a batter, that's for sure.
So when there's a bit of pace on the ball, you can just knock it into gaps a bit easier. But now they're trying to push into gaps, and there's just nothing on it.
Oh, that was there for the big slog sweep, but he didn't connect. 51 for 2. Seven overs bowled. Southern Superstars going okay. They're going at over 7 runs and over on a pitch that we aren't sure what a pass score is going to be. Must say, I was slightly surprised they decided to bat first, because in completely alien conditions, sometimes it's good to see the opposition bat, and then you can judge what the pitch is like when you go and chase, but they wanted to do it another way. Here's Bipul Sharma. Another left arm spinner.
And he's just dragging his feet a little bit, Jadav, and almost got caught out, run out. But this is the action so far. The in-form Guptill. That was his first boundary. He picked on that slog ship. He's been so good there throughout the tournament. But that was the end of him. Really great piece of bowling. Through the gate. And Mazakatsa, back-to-back boundaries. He tried a third time and held out. Very good catch. Jangid, Boljakati, and that was the second wicket to go. So power play not too far off what you'd expect. Mid-40s, 1 or 2 wickets down. What is the right score here? We'll find out in the next couple of overs.
Yeah, I think the difference between here and Jammu is Jammu pitch was maybe similar. Just check out a couple of balls ago. He had to hurry. He's in the, well, I tell you what, had it been a direct hit, we might have had to go upstairs for that one. Sneaky throw from Samuel Shinwari. Oi! Oh, Q-ender. Get some chalk on it. Yeah, the difference between, I think, this stadium and the one in Jammu is the one in Jammu had normal-sized boundaries, which made it harder, obviously, to get to keep the score ticking along. Whereas here, you do have very short boundaries, which might help considerably, I think. So even if you can mistime a slog sweep or a pull shot, you can still race away. So I think we might see slightly higher scores than we saw in Jammu. Average score in Jammu, 130. Oi!
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Think of 9 and over from here, 166. They keep going at this rate, 141, and you think as time goes on, once someone gets in, hasn't really been better to get in. Guptill, 23 of 20. That's the, and Mazakatsa got himself going, but then perished. Someone gets in here, the run rate could go through the roof here. 12 and over, 14 and over, quite comfortably, I think.
Oi! I don't think we're going to see too many 2s out there on this playing surface. And if we see a 3, I'll have to eat my hat if I have one. But you never know. I think it's going to be mainly just 1s and then boundaries. Definitely can take the singles around. The fielders might be reticent to dive too much. Oh, yeah.
That ball there, you can see into the ground, 1 run. 56 for 2 after 8.
Loving being here in Srinagar. First time they've seen high-level cricket here for a very long time. 1986, the last completed international match here. India took on Australia in an ODI. There was an ODI a couple of years later against New Zealand, which was washed out. But the last match they actually got to see, 86.
Oh, yeah.
Monty is right into his rhythm here. First over went for just 3.
He's looked so good to the left-hander last over. Goswami in all sorts of trouble. Good start.
Now the fielders are out. It's a bit harder to find the boundary. Let's have a look at the Dream 11 Fantasy leaderboard. Manan Sharma way out in front. I mean, he's got 16 wickets, 7 more than Pavan Negi, who's number 2, who's got some runs too. Guptill, leading run scorer, number 3. We'll also see Gurkirat today. He's at number 4. Definitely been dominated by bowlers, hasn't it, this tournament? And that's largely been driven by the conditions, particularly the spinners.
I also think someone like Kanegi's been pretty consistent with bat and ball. Look at specialists. Manan's only bowling. He's been top of the list, and Guptill top of the batting list. And then who's after that? But look at the outgrounds outside the stadium, in the surrounds. Himalaya Mountains, not far away from us at all, and just such a beautiful, lush, and wonderful city, full of colours.
Very pleasant, isn't it? It's going to get up to around about 20, 21 degrees. That's all today. Single figures in the evening, in the morning. It's fresh, nice clear sky. Oh, that's close. Did it pitch on? Maybe not. Maybe that's what saved Judov. Definitely wasn't going over, I can tell you that.
I think that might have pitched outside leg, but brilliant delivery once again. And I tell you what, it's tough to play that. Really tough to play that. The ball turning that much. Have a look, and that did pitch outside leg. So good decision, hitting the stumps.
Oh, got a bit lucky there, Judov. Just managed to chip that over cover. Again, that stopped in the wicket. So if the spinners get their length right, it's not easy to hit here. It's going to be another grind for the batters. Can someone get in and then take advantage of the short boundaries square? We're going to have a think about it. It's time for a strategic timeout. First game here in Srinagar, and the Southern Superstars opted to bat first against Toyum Hyderabad. who need to win to confirm their place in the playoffs. They've taken 2 superstars wickets, 2 important ones too. Hamilton Masakadza promoted to open, and Martin Guptill, leading run scorer in the tournament. Both gone, Kedar Jadhav and Shrivats Goswami, looking to rebuild. 60 for 2 of 9 overs. It looks like it's a little bit slow out there, a little bit stoppy on a ground that is usually used for football. They do have some short boundaries to help them out.
It's been a really interesting work out there. The spinners, as predicted, have been the main threat. That was the end of Guptill and Masakadza trying to launch one. Didn't quite get up, didn't get the elevation. Jakati firing, and the fans loving every moment of it. They were so close, they didn't think touching distance of their heroes they've been following for years.
Yeah, well, you were told by the organisers it's a sellout. Definitely not full just yet, but it's getting there. It's building up. Obviously a working day at the moment. People we expect to come in towards the end of the working day in the evening. A lot of them are gathered in the same spot, square of the wicket now, just in front of the indoor stadium. That's us there, the pavilion just behind there. Only seen one seam bowler so far, Sudeep Tyagi. The rest has been left arm spin. 4 left arm spinners. And now we're going to see some off spin. Shivakant Shukla, who has ragged the ball square whenever he's bowled in Jammu. Ragged down straight away. And they're just struggling to find the gaps at the moment, these two.
Just the dimensions of the ground quite interesting. Very short square, we've talked about that already, but quite long on this end, particularly straight. Longest boundary on the field, and that's hence why they're looking to cut, pull, heave it onto the leg side. And as Jadhav looks to his onside towards that boundary, towards the comms box, left of screen.
That's going to run away. First boundary in a while. Thick outside edge. And he certainly was allowed to free his arms.
Shukla expecting big turn. He started it so wide, just he's not going to turn when it's pretty much on that blue wide line. Just some bat on it, raced away. Panesar gave the chase in vain.
First 4 in 19 balls, that was. Oh, there's the rag. That's what he does. That's incredible. That's unplayable.
Good morning, good day, and good evening, all in one. Here we go. Looking to punch it through the offside. It's missed leg stump. Goodness me. Shukla, that's ridiculous.
And again, this time, the death rattle. That's like Shane Warne's ball of the century. Just the other way round.
Oh, Matt, absolute cracker. And the colours, the shakers. And this one shook the stumps. Can you believe the turn? Shukla, he bowled one wide and got cut for 4, but he wasn't scared. He was going to keep hanging it out wide outside the off stump and bowl an aggressive line. And he's disturbed the stumps. Brilliant bowling. Jadhav gone for 15. Superstar 65 for 3.
Shiva Gandhi comes in at number 5. I'd imagine the chat with Shrivats Goswami was something along the lines of, it's turning. After what we saw just a ball ago. Arguably the best ball of the tournament so far from Shivakant Shukla. Tried to repeat it, but started it too far wide on this occasion. Gandhi's away.
Shukla just lost his line of attack there. Poor delivery, but it does happen from time to time with these old bodies out there. And he's got a ball to the left-hander. This should be interesting.
What an impact. Goes for 6 runs, but picks up the wicket. 66 for 3. Good partnership to start off with between Hamilton Mazakadze, who was promoted to open alongside Martin Guptill, and then a decent one between Goswami and Jadhav as well. Just testing out things, really, the batters here, because they're not quite sure what to expect from this pitch. It's been a steady but not explosive start. 66 for 3. Sense they keep wickets in hand. There might be a big tee-off in the last 5 overs. Really target the short boundaries. Well, the last couple of overs, Abhishek, we've seen incredible turn.
Yeah, there's been plenty of turn, but again, the way Jadhav played that delivery was a bit poor, because he saw the previous delivery turning so much, and then again trying to cut a ball which was supposed to turn. Yeah, I don't think cut is the right option on this pitch. You've got to shape for a back foot punch, and if there is an opportunity, if the ball is wide, you can always change it last minute. But at the moment, look, that ball is a close ball. Again, going for that cut.
Oh, did he get the bails off at the right time there? Or did Chirag Gandhi manage to keep his back foot in? Not much bounce on that one.
You first try to cut it, and next delivery try to play it against the spin. Just got to have a clear mindset when you're batting on such surfaces. We just have to see if he lifted his leg and was the timing perfect there. I think that could be very close, and I think that could be out. I think Chirag Gandhi is really struggling. Great work by Jaskaran Malhotra. That's a big, big blow. He's batted well so far in this competition, Gandhi.
Yeah, Jaskaran Malhotra keeping for the first time. No Chadwick Walton today. Now, did he drag his foot? If he didn't drag his foot, I think he's gone here. We're not going to tell from that angle. Maybe just checking whether he edged the delivery. No evidence of that there. Now, here we go. Does he lift the back foot, or does he drag it? Well, actually, the front foot is down, so he's fine. Oh. Yeah, the front foot lifted, but he had the back foot down at that time, just, I think. Good balance in the end.
From the front view, it seemed like both his foot were lifted and could be a lot closer than it was. But at the end, Chirag Gandhi is still there. Lucky escape for him. But good work from Jaskaran Malhotra. Took the bails off in a whisker. Got to play straight on this pitch.
Another one keeps there. That's a quick single. Chakati. In the end, I wonder if he'd been a little bit more sprightly there. He might have been able to throw to the keeper's end.
Again, if you look at that delivery, stayed so low, and looking at the wicket of Kedar Yadav, yes, the ball did turn, but I think he should have played it a lot better, because the previous delivery tried to play a similar shot, got lucky, the ball was missing leg, and the next delivery slightly further away from the off stump.
Bang! Targets that shorter boundary, and all the way for Shrivats Goswami.
I think you've got to be brave. On a pitch like this, you cannot look to block. If the ball is there, tossed up, you've got to try and play that shot. Nicely done. Pick the perfect delivery to play the slog sweep over Cow.
Oh, definitely more turn for Monty to the left-handers, just hanging it outside off stump, but he's been hit for his first boundary, 73 for 3. There's the lovely Jhelum River. Our hotel actually is just overlooking that. Got a very nice view of some of the houseboats. Might have a little stroll along it tomorrow if I can. Lovely local garbs being worn here by men and women. Controlled sweep on that occasion from Chirag Gandhi.
That's a good option if you can pick the right length. Again, that magnificent view of Srinagar. Projected score. At current rate, they'll get to 133. If they can go 8 and over from here, takes them to 145, which will be a very good score. 10 and over, get them to 160.
Yeah, and given that this is a weakened Toyota Hyderabad batting lineup, might just take the safe option there and just put a solid score on the board and back themselves to get early wickets.
I think superstars don't need to do anything different than what they're doing at this point. This partner pitch is going to be crucial. 10 of 11, they're going nicely. I think you need to spend a bit of time on that pitch to really understand what sort of innings you need to play. Both these players highly experienced, got a lot of skill.
That was similar to where the dismissal pitched, actually. The one which ragged square. This one just goes straight on.
That's what you got to do as a batter. Be ready for the turn. If the ball doesn't turn, then you have the option of cutting. Cutting can't be your first option on this surface.
Slog sweep's not a bad option. Perfectly bisects the fielders, and it hasn't got far to go to get to the boundary.
Against Chirag Gandhi, who's batted really well so far in this competition. Not a big hitter of a cricket ball, doesn't hit a lot of sixes. But what he does really well, he gets a lot of boundaries. Again, picking the right length, hitting it in the right area, finding the gap between deep mid-wicket and deep square leg. With such short boundaries, there's hardly any chance for the fielders to cut it across. Good batting.
Played that with a straighter bat. Watched it all the way onto it. That's how you do it when the ball's spinning big into you. 7 off the over, 80 for 3. Yeah, get your phones out, document this moment, because it is a momentous occasion here in Kashmir. Local fans have been starved of cricket for so long. They're going to enjoy these next few days. Makes a lot of room and then goes to the leg side because Monty followed him.
I think Monty got to be careful against Shrivas Goswami. He'll still be eyeing a similar shot, going over mid-wicket, going over long on. A short boundary, so the length is the key against Shrivas Goswami. He's going to go slightly short and try and turn it.
That was a really good length, wasn't it? So it's a fine line, isn't it? Because if he goes too short, then he'll just rock onto the back foot and deposit him into the pavilion as well.
The length becomes key. That's why you got to be absolutely perfect where you're pitching the ball, not just the line, also the length. At the moment is Chirag Gandhi, who's again a very smart cricketer. Anything full, he loves going over covers as well. It's such a short hit. He'd definitely be eyeing that boundary.
Toyota Hyderabad need to win this game. Southern Superstars don't. They will be in the first qualifier regardless. So it is a bigger game for Hyderabad. Not a good time to be missing some of their key players.
He's just giving himself a bit of room, looking to play with the turn. Shivas Goswami, he loves using his feet as well, loves dancing down the track. Will he be brave enough to do it against Monty Panesar and Muni points table? Superstars right at the top. Number 4 is Toyota Hyderabad. If they win, the guaranteed qualification.
Oh, that's almost got through him there. Just got the bat down in time. Hyderabad can actually go through even if they lose. Oh, almost. Just a bit more pace on it, and that would have skidded through into the off stump. That's where most of the crowd are sitting, just opposite us, just on the side of the indoor stadium.
Just one.
Nice looking shot for 1 to finish. So Monty Panesar's done. None for 18 for him. 84 for 3. So Toyota Hyderabad win means they qualify for the playoffs. If they lose, they are then reliant on the Gujarat greats beating the Connaught Surya Odisha tomorrow. And then they would also qualify, but it'll be out of their hands. Here's Ravi Jungid, third over. It's dragged down well short, but not taken advantage of by Goswami.
Yeah, I'd be disappointed. There was an opportunity. He managed to get it. 5 or 10 yards left or right. The deep cover fielder could have picked up a boundary. Again, Chirag Gandhi on strike against Jahangir. He'll be looking to sweep. Nicely bowled. Good areas, but good cricket. Just tapping and taking a single. That's what they need to do at the moment. The run rate is over 6, which is pretty good on the surface, nearly 6.5. And if they have a nice foundation, they can go hard at the end.
It's the first time we've had a look at this pitch in Srinagar. First game in a long time. Maybe not too surprising, we've seen quite a bit of turn. It was the off-spinner, Shivakant, who got the most turn a long way. A little bit for Monty Panesar. So again, batters are going to have to play spin well if they're going to get runs here. Whoa! Wow, that almost bowled him. He gave himself so much room, and then he played about 3 different shots.
Yeah, that ball completely stuck on the surface. Look at that. Oh my God. Very lucky to get the toe end of the bat.
Up and over, cover, but very straight. Well watched by Stuart Binney. We saw a puff of sand there. Yeah, still, I haven't seen loads of boundaries so far, have we? Despite the size of the boundaries. 8 4s, 2 6s. 5 singles off that Jungit over. 89 for 3. Six overs left for the Southern Superstars to get up to as big a score as they can. They get 10 and over from here. They'll get up to around about 150, which they may well take from here. That might be a tough score to chase on a pitch that Hyderabad haven't batted on. We just don't know. It's a bit of an unknown for all of us here, including us. And they've made a move as well, Hyderabad. They've bolstered the batting. We thought it looked a bit thin, and they made a significant move. So Monty Panesar has a sit down. He's bowled his 4 overs. George Work is in. That is important. Their regular opener, second top run scorer for them this season. Might need him today.
Full toss. Vipul looking slightly. At the moment, I think he's got a bit of a niggle. He's just touching his knee. But hopefully nothing serious, because they'll need him. He's been one of the key bowlers for the Toyota Hyderabad Southern Superstars. At the moment, 90 for 3, going over 6 on this pitch. As we can see the field, just a couple of fielders outside the 30-yard circle on the offside, deep cover and a deep and a long off.
Oh! That was too full to sweep in the end. It's almost come off the Q end of the bat for a couple.
Oh, given us a bye. So that ball just rolled. After pitching, that ball didn't even pitch up, but I felt he might have got an inside edge on it.
Maybe a bit of cat and mouse. Maybe Bipul just lost his run up there. I'd like to toss up how many steps Shiv Gandhi has taken trying to give himself room in this innings. He's done it almost every ball.
Yeah, he has. He's very strong to the offside. Majority of his boundaries, if you look at it, has come through the offside as well. Shrivas Goswami, he will be eyeing that mid-wicket area. Anything full, he's going to go for that slog sweep. Look at that field. 3 men outside, 4 men. The deep square leg, deep mid-wicket, long on. 3 men on the onside, a couple of men on the offside, deep cover, long off.
So Benny having fun on the beach?
Yeah, for some reason he dived a lot before, or maybe his foot just got stuck. Again, he's rubbing his knee as well. Yeah, interesting to see. Yeah, I think his knee got stuck and he fell on the ground. Still managed to stop the runs.
Well, that's hit hard. That's well fielded in the end. Jakati, I think, a cover, because that could have easily bounced anywhere.
Yeah, very lucky he's got a good bounce. That ball bounced once and came straight to him. If it had any more bounce, Jakati would have struggled to stop it.
Inside edge, was it? It's missed everything. And now we've got an LBW appeal. It's all happening. Sorry, run-out appeal, rather. LBW appeal was first. What's going to happen here? Might just be over. 94 for 3.
So 5 overs still to come here. And, well, they lost their 2 big strikers early on, but these two are just working nicely to nurdle it around, build a partnership. There's been a few mistakes made in the field. That was another one. He doesn't end up racing to the boundary. But 3 runs.
Last 5, that's always important in any game. How can they finish? They've got some wickets in hand. That's one thing which is a positive, even though Goswami's gone very slowly. Strike rate of 68 has been quite disappointing, but the main thing is he's given them a chance to try and really finish strongly in these last 5.
That's hit hard. It's going to take some stopping, and he does really, really well, actually. The man who's been turning it square is now diving himself around in the field in front of the crowd, who are loving it.
Lovely shot, good timing, and equally one-handed. Brilliant work, Shukla. He's had a good day out there in front of the massive crowd on the far stand.
Yeah, good work in the field there, just confirmed by the umpire. Gandhi having a look around.
Well bowled.
And that's good touch. It's well bowled as well, this, from Jokati. An expensive start to the over, just slowing it down a little bit here. The 100 is up in this over. Well, when they lost wickets early, we thought those were sort of the 2 big strikers who were going to find lots of boundaries. We haven't seen much boundary hitting. It's now been 22 balls since the ball last found the boundary, and that wasn't what we expected when we arrived today.
Absolutely. Small grounds, tough wickets. So what is a good score? That has been a question on our lips all day long.
Takes it on. Fielder coming in is not going to get that. He's almost completely mistimed that, Binny. And in the end, does stick out a hand and manage to collect it.
A bit of a comedy show with Binny in the last couple of overs. Once at backward point, and this time he's looking like he's got it covered, and then do you? He took a hop to the right and he had to put in a dive.
Flighted delivery this time, just beats the diving fielder. Glorious shot there, and finally they find a boundary for the first time in 23 balls.
Yeah, he's pleased with that boundary, that's for sure. Goswami looks up to the heavens. It's been a long time in coming, and finally, once he's hit that stroke, you feel a little bit better to feel about. Nice strike over extra cover, close, good effort from the extra cover fielder. Big boundary, get some momentum.
Oi.
Just rocks on the back foot this time, and Peter Trigo just trots around and does the cleaning up. Head coach Michael Bevan there of the Superstars be very pleased with the team's performance. 16 overs gone, 108 for 3. And it's a good-looking side at the moment, and there's the signal from the umpire. It's time for a strategic timeout. Goswami and Gandhi, this partnership now up to 43 from 39, so they've just had a few moments there during that strategic timeout to have a discussion. The 3 wickets to fall, Masakadza, Guptill and Jadhav captaining the side today. An absolute ripper of a delivery from Shukla to get rid of him. And here we are in Srinagar for the first time in a very long time. Cricket's come to town. The kids are in. Definitely wasn't alive when cricket was last here, and they really are rolling in. There's a lot of crowd in tonight, this afternoon even, in the sunshine. Perfect temperature for cricket and very exciting to be here. So the partnerships, this one the biggest of the lot so far, 43 from 39. It hasn't been power hitting, it's just been sort of clever cricket, finding the gaps, taking the runs when they can. 2 very fit players, so looking for that second always when they get the opportunity. So they've got 4 overs still to come, and they'll be thinking if they carry on at this rate, they'll get themselves up to 135, but they'll be looking at the 140 mark if they can. And the 14 extras bowled in there as well is something they don't really want to put any more on the Toyam Hyderabad, because they just can't keep giving away free runs.
Like that call, somewhere between 140, 150. That's looking like they might get around that mark, but saying that though, you have 1 big over going for 20 here, and that throws that out the window. So we saw some good fielding from this man a moment ago on the boundary. Lots of cheerleaders. What are those called? What's the name?
Pom-poms.
Pom-poms. There we go.
Oi!
This is a great start, this, from Shukla. We saw one earlier that absolutely ripped. Yeah, kids in watching with the pom-poms in the traditional dress. That man on your screen is Gurpreet Mann, the captain. He'll be key when it comes to the run chase. He's been in good form with the bat. Finds the edge. Has he caught it? Put it down. Just couldn't keep it in, the captain. We're just talking about how good his batting has been, and then he puts one down in the field. And captain drops the sometimes captain of the Superstars.
You're just playing from the crease, though. You think if he just advances a touch down the wicket, he can get to the pitch of the ball and then execute the shot properly. At the moment, just trying to stay in the crease just looks a bit apprehensive in leaving the crease. So it's a little bit surprising. And he's in the midst of a really good spell here, Shukla.
Looks to go for the slog sweep, and well, only the keeper really interested.
So Shukla threw it up previously. This was a lot flatter, this delivery. And I like that intent from the batter there, getting outside off stump. Hits him, it's outside the line.
This time he moves across, gives himself room, picks up 4, easy as you like. Gandhi advances on to 20.
It's always a lot easier with the ball turning into you. Even if it is turning a lot, this is the option. Get across, get in his space, crowd the plate a bit, and then pick on the short boundary. Same thing for left-arm orthodox spinners to left-hand batters. Get in cross, get in their channel, hit with a spin. Far safer option.
Moves again, and that has turned. Shukla is finding something out there, and it's going to race to the boundary, but he really is getting it to rip.
It's 4 bars. The umpire signalled. Once again, getting right across here. Look at that. That ball pitched on the wide line, and it's gone down the leg side. That is outrageous turn from Shukla. The keeper, Malhotra, is saying, how am I meant to stop that?
Yeah, unlucky, because it goes down as buys. So if you look at it just on the paper, you think, oh, he's had buys. And that actually brings up the... We've had the 52 partnership in this over as well. So these two really going along nicely, doing a job, digging in. And again, that turn, astonishing. But it is a little too short, and that's going to hit the boundary as well. And that's turned into a very expensive over. 17 gone, 121 for 3. And look at that for a shot, absolutely magnificent. We've definitely got our eyes on venturing for a walk along the river tomorrow, haven't we, John? And it's just a magnificent part of the world. And it's a pleasure to get to visit.
The boats as well, taking little trips down the river, so that's to be booked in the coming days. But 56 or 45, that is the real sight on display here this afternoon, along with the beautiful river running around the city. Goswami, he needs to start unleashing a few strokes here now, picking up his strike rate and finishing strongly. Left arm spinner to the left hand batsman. We spoke about this last over.
And he's done well there, actually. It's a good delivery. It's not a wide, so he's missed out. He walked across at that one, so Jangid sort of gets away with one. Goes for the reverse this time, gets himself all in a tangle, Goswami. Well, he is trying to accelerate and put some intent, but he's not timing this.
Trying to just find a way to deal with this excessive turn, so sweep, and I tried the reverse sweep.
Full toss this time. Dispatched, and Goswami picks up 4.
Well, not the best delivery. At least he picked his spot and put it away. The moment, Jangid trying to mix it up a lot. He's trying to go full and wide. And he has smashed this one. Brilliant boundary. This is what he needs now. Partnership 60 or 48.
Not timed this time from Goswami. Yeah, so that strike rate, just pushing it up a little bit, but you feel, you know, they sort of want to get to that 145, 150 mark if they can.
Having a look now at the field set. They've got 3 players in the ring on the offside, top left of screen. That's a lot of players in one area. But they've got all the fielders on the boundary on the leg side. Bar short fine leg. So they're just wanting a little bit of work done to the side screen quickly before we carry on. But the stand's filling up nicely on the far side.
Just a slight delay here with the sight screen behind the bowler's arm, so just waiting for this. But you can really see the crowds are rolling in. Nikhil Chopra heading up this Toehm Hyderabad team, rocking the floppy hat today. The fans getting excited, they absolutely love it. We saw them, they went wild earlier when Monty Panesar headed out to the boundary in front of them. But really exciting to be able to see some of these stars come to their hometown and be able to see them in action in the K. Rasa Legends League. And you can just see it, everyone's absolutely loving it. Jam-packed in there, old, young, men and women. I think the sight screen has decided to play ball, and so we can play cricket.
Oi.
And that's good delivery, that from Jangid after the short delay.
What they've done is Jangid, very tough to get away with Gandhi on strike, so he's decided to get off strike, which is a good option, and then Goswami can really try and take him down, being the left-hander. So Goswami 30, 35, 2 4s and 1 6. He's going to heave it on the onside, surely.
Just rocks off the back foot, and Bipul Sharma will come in off the boundary at long off and clean it up. So 1 to close off the over, 18 done, 128 for 3. Still to come in this batting innings. So they've got 128 on the board. They carry on at this rate, they'll get themselves to 142, but they'll be looking ahead of that. They can push up to 11 150s on the cards. So Goswami and Gandhi, this partnership going really well. 63 from 51, it's just what they needed.
They've combined nicely throughout the tournament, these two. They seem to find a way to build a partnership, which is most of the time very much needed at that moment. And they've done it again in a tough situation, new wicket, not sure what to expect conditions to play like. And Goswami, who's been skipper, he's in at the crease now with Gandhi. He was their hero early on in the tournament, winning a game.
Comes down the pitch to Bipul Sharma this time. Goswami will bring Gandhi back on strike. Neither of them going at the biggest of strike rates, but they've done the job that was needed to do, and now you feel that this is the time they really can push the foot on the accelerator. They've got plenty of wickets in hand. Nikhil Chopra's having fun playing frisbee with his floppy hat. Never looks too stressed in the dugout. Thinks about coming down the pitch to that and then just decides to rock back and stay in his crease. So they're just working them around for ones at the moment, but you feel a boundary and over. Well, there's only 2 overs left, but they've got to find the boundary because they're trying to accelerate in these last 2 overs. You feel like if they just push it around, it's sort of wasted because they've got so many wickets still in hand. That's much better. You want to have a swing. Trigo will cut it off, but it does show some intent. You've got less than 2 overs left. It's not about playing for individual pride or milestones at this point. It's about getting the runs on the board for the team.
Goswami there looked like he was in a good position to hit the one out the ground, and he still didn't get all of it. So he'll be really disappointed with that last delivery. He was advancing, trying to hit a maximum, just not finding the middle of the bat still.
We've seen this a few times from Bipul Sharma today. He's missed his run up, had to go back again. This time the batter saying, go back. Takes that on, and that is glorious into the waiting crowd, and they love it.
Oh yes, that's what they've been waiting for. Gandhi gives some catching practice to the men at the top of the stands. That has brought them alive. They're on their feet. Let's see some more of this. Good intent, lovely sweep shot. Sailing to the upper seats. And there's a bit of a problem out in the middle. I think they need a ball, do they? Or have they thrown it back? Brilliant.
This is exactly what they needed. It's exactly what we were saying from the Southern Superstars. These two, they're in the set, they've built the partnership, they've set the foundation, they've got 8 balls left now, and it's just swing for the hills or swing for the mountains, more like here.
Landed right up near the top of the stand. The man with the white shirt thought he had a chance. That's the stroke we've been waiting for. Gandhi on the charge.
Finds the top edge this time, and good running as well. 2 fit players out in the middle, and that's what you want. Just if you can't find it, push the singles fast.
So another big moment here. Gandhi getting the boundary, 10 off it. Goswami needs to try pick up a boundary here. Very, very important.
Full toss, takes it on. Trigo tries to make up the yards, can't get there. Goswami now on the charge too. And that closes out the 19th over. Superstars 142 for 3. You see that? There was a little lull in the middle, but this partnership coming together, they built that foundation. They've now had the ability to accelerate in these final overs, and 22 extras have also been bowled, which is crucial. Without those, it'd be 120 for 3. So 1 over still to come. Goswami and Gandhi out there in the middle. 14 runs coming off, and that the penultimate over. And those two, they are dressed up for the occasion. John, maybe we'll turn up like that tomorrow. I'll find a fluffy throw.
Oh, he's got his full bag of fruit out there. Looks very dapper indeed, that young man. George Work on the boundary, just coming to terms with a very excitable crowd who's here to watch cricket. We've said it's been a long time since cricket's been here.
So we're going to see some pace, actually, for the final over here. We haven't seen any pace since the 4th over, so it's been a long time. So 142 on the board, 6 balls to come. Tyagi, he struggled a little bit in his first few deliveries, got himself set, and actually was pretty tidy. So he's on for just 11 from his 2 overs. Takes him on, glorious shot, starts the final over with a 1 bounce 4.
This was an absolutely brilliant stroke. The leg side fielders were set back, the offside mid-off. Extra cover were in the ring, and look how he opens up the blade as he comes down the wicket here. At the last second, he uses the wrists just to open up. That was a really brilliant shot. Can't give him enough credit for that, because that was top stroke. And now they've got long off back, so third man's come up.
Goes again, this time it goes very high, fielder under it, sets himself, takes the catch, Gandhi has to go, and that's hurt, but you've taken the catch. No pain, no gain.
Big wickets. Gandhi's looked so dangerous. He's played a brilliant hand in the conditions. So Tyagi's come back and he's picked up an important wicket. Bowling length. It was in the slot. But Gandhi really just trying to play with a vertical bat and just hit it straight up in the air. And Tyagi gets his first wicket in the tournament. So Gandhi has to make his way back for the superstars. He's played a wonderful innings and a good catch at backward point in the end. Gandhi gone for 33 of 29. Superstars 146 for 4.
Has a big swing, first delivery, picks up 6. That's what you want when someone comes in the final over. Brings up the 150, Chigumbura, first ball, sends it on its way.
Yeah. Hits with it. He's had a wonderful little cameo early in the tournament. He hasn't batted much, but what he can do is give it the old long handle, and he's clipped it. Lovely way to start, and this is just what they needed in the final over. They've hit a 4, they've hit a 6. 3 deliveries left, and Chigumbura is swinging for the hills here. Swing hard.
In the slot, he goes again, and it's well taken in the end. Bipul Sharma, he got his skates on, he put on the yards, he's hobbling a little bit, but he's done so well to get there and cling on to that.
Oh, he's having a little laugh. George Worker was about 10 meters from him. He says, that could have been your catch. There's a little bit of banter about Chigumbura. You can't blame him. You got to swing hard, but on the run, absolutely brilliant. He was going full tilt. And he says, well, that was yours, George. I'm catching your catches here. So Tyagi, oh, brilliant. 4 wicket, 6 wicket. Bit of a trend developing here. Chigumbura, 6 off 2's got to go. 152 for 5.
Talk about exciting final overs, this one. 4 wicket, 6 wicket, and now a dot, and it's giving him a bit of a shock as the ball was thrown back to Tyagi here. So he's now got his 2nd wicket in the tournament, 2nd of the day. Pavan Negi, the left-hander, he now has 1 more ball to face. The first was a dot, and at this point you feel John is just going to be long handle, swing as hard and fast as he can. Really good bowling, this. Really good bowling. Saw him move and just bowled right on his toes. And an eventful final over that. So 153 has been put up by the superstars for 5 wickets in their 20 overs. Tyagi picking up those 2 wickets in that last over. Well, it seems about par for what we thought it might be. They lost a few wickets early. The partnership was built by Gandhi and Goswami in the middle, but have they left a few runs out there? The last 5 overs going 59 for 2, so expensive at times, but you think Goswami may be a little low on the strike rate, perhaps, and there are a few runs left out there.
I do agree. He tried to pick up boundaries from the 10th to 15th over, which never really came off. But they started pretty well, 50 off 7 early on, and then they finished pretty strongly. So the middle section is where they could really have got done a little bit better. So I think after the break it'll be very important, the power play. But having a look at the men who started us out there, Mazukatsa Guptill got a bit of a start, 34 for the opening wicket. And thereafter Jadav, who came in, he's captaining the side, Goswami and Gandhi in the middle order. They've shown good form throughout. They've been able to rotate strike, but boundary striking has been probably the tougher for them. But Gandhi played a couple of nice strokes towards the back end and got the strike rate up and got them to a score of respectability.
Yeah, we think 153, probably about par. And it was that partnership, 81 from 59, that really settled the ship and got them back in the game and meant that they could have something to sort of pounce on and accelerate from. Perhaps they were a little slow at times with the scoring. And then Chigumbura came in, hit 6 off his first ball, went out the second ball. So we thought he was going to be the one to come in the final over and just send it to all parts, push them up to 160. 2 wickets for Tyagi today, his first and second wickets in the tournament, 2 for 22. And then you've got Panesar bowling 14 dots in there. He didn't pick up any wickets, but that was impressive. A wicket apiece for Jangid, Jakati and Shukla, that one that absolutely ragged off the pitch, turning square. So they've put up 153, made 153 for 5 in their 20 overs. So Toyam Hyderabad need 154 runs to win from their 20 overs and book a spot in the playoffs. We're going to go to a quick break and we'll be back with the chase.
If there's heaven on earth, it may just be Srinagar. These days, it's a place for legends to showcase their out-of-this-world talent. Will the batters find supremacy? Or will the bowlers continue to exert their dominance? The excitement is about to go up a notch. Get ready, Srinagar. It's time for the K Rasa Legends League. And it is great to be here. Good crowd in here at the Bakshi Stadium. You can see the indoor stadium just behind those fans, most of them sitting opposite where we are. It's not the sellout that we were told it was going to be, but might be more people still to come in. Still a very good following of cricket here in Srinagar, and they're here for Toyam Hyderabad against the Southern Superstars. Toyam Hyderabad need to win the game to confirm their place in the playoffs. The Superstars are already there, and they might be reasonably happy with where they are in this match at half-time. 153 they've made off their 20 overs. Contributions from all of the top 5, but it was a significant partnership between Goswami and Chirag Gandhi for the 4th wicket that really got them up to their total. Having said that, another explosive start provided by Martin Guptill. Took advantage of some early loose deliveries from spin and seam. First time, of course, anyone would have batted on this pitch. And he set the tone for the Southern Superstars. Luckily for Hyderabad, though, they managed to get rid of him and Hamilton Mazharkar fairly early, both in the power play. And then, as I said, it was that Goswami and Gandhi, 81 of 59 balls, that really transformed the innings to get the Superstars up to 153. They took 59 off the last 5 overs.
Yeah, they batted really well. Very sensible, didn't try and do anything fancy, kept the game plan pretty simple. If the ball was there, they went for the big shot like this one. Srivas played it beautifully, and then Gandhi, he's batted well throughout this competition. And for me, the most impressive thing was that they chose the right shots. This was a massive blow, and then just stepping out, making it look very easy. It was very composed partnership between these two. And at the end got their team to a very healthy total of 153. If we talk about bowling, Tyagi got a couple of wickets playing his first game this year in the Legends League. Vipul slightly expensive, Jangid bowled well. But for me, the peak of the bowlers again today was Tyagi. Panesar bowled well, again wicketless. But at the end, 153. And these are the wickets. Martin Guptill going first.
Just trying to target that short boundary with the big slog sweep. Had he connected, it might have gone over us here in the pavilion. But just the early signs of the slowness and the turn on offer. Hamilton Mazharkar couldn't get the elevation, trying to go over the bowler or over mid-on. Instead, he picked out mid-on Jangid, who came around, took a nice catch. Jakati, bit expensive today, but he did pick up that wicket. This was the ball of the day. Unbelievable from Shivakant Shukla. Massive amount of spin there. Probably should have played that with more of a straight bat, but fantastic delivery to get Kedar Jadhav out.
Always been a big spinner. And then Tyagi picking up a wicket with Chirag Gandhi. That partnership between him and Srivas Goswami of 81 really took them to a very strong position in this match. A nicely just catch by Jangid. And then it was Mazharkar. So a couple of wickets in the same over for Sudeep Tyagi, and nicely taken by Vipul. Had to run. Not the easiest of outfield. You're always worried as a fielder, but very well judged. So outstretched hands and managed to keep it in the hand at the end. Look at the reaction, look at the smile from Vipul. And now Toyam Hyderabad need 154 to win from their 20 overs.
And this is why they need to get to 154. Just a reminder, at the moment, they are in the playoff spots, but everyone has one game left at the group stage. If they win this, Toyom Hyderabad, they will confirm their place in the playoffs. If they lose, Manipal Tigers, India Capitals, both confirmed in the playoffs, and Hyderabad are looking over their shoulders, and they will be hoping Gujarat Greats beat Connaught Surya's Odisha. If that happens, they will more than likely, barring a big swing in net run rate, be the side that go in 4th place.
Yeah, they have to bat really well. 154 on this pitch is not going to be easy, with a very strong bowling attack of the superstars. Plenty of spinners, some good fast bowlers. But look at that for a side. A lot of young kids, they're all here from their school, coming out and watching live cricket after 40 years. We're seeing some of the biggest international names competing against each other in the K. Rasa Legends League. And they're very patiently waiting at the moment for the chase.
Lovely evening for it as well. The sun's out, very pleasant temperature, maybe about 20 degrees or so right now. So you probably still need a light jacket or some sort of shawl or covering. Kind of reminds me of spring back in London, Abhishek, that sort of a temperature. I don't think I brought enough jackets, to be honest.
Luckily I bought one. I completely forgot that is this time of the year Srinagar can be quite nippy, a bit chilly. And I'm glad I've got one, which will keep me warm if the temperature doesn't drop any further. But at the moment, the temperature needs to rise for the Toyom Hyderabad. They need to come and do something special, something spectacular. And we saw the lovely dance. It's a native dance, Srinagar, and it's always a great sight. These girls enjoying themselves.
It's lovely to get a local flavour when you come to these grounds, and I must admit this was something I was really excited about, is sampling Kashmiri culture, Srinagar culture coming here. I've never seen a dance like this before, so just really caught my eye when it was happening on the pitch, and that's part of the reason why we're coming here. We're trying to shine a light not just on the cricket here, but also on the culture, lots of other different things, and bring cricket to those fans there who haven't seen much of it of late, despite the fact that they are absolutely in love with the game, like most people are in this beautiful country. Southern superstars then just having a bit of a huddle here, and they don't need to win this game. They are already in the first qualifier, but just look like they're still pretty focused. And the concern for me, Abhishek, is Toyom Hyderabad's weakened batting. There's no Sean Marsh, there's no Chadwick Walton. Big holes.
Yeah, absolutely. And here are the two batters. A lot would depend. Peter Trigger opening the innings. This is good to see. I think it's a good position for him, especially on this surface, where the ball wouldn't grip and turn so much. He really takes some advantage. But we look at the bowling options here for the superstars. There are plenty. Jeevan Mendes, he bowled beautifully. Then got Jaisal Karia with his off spinners, Pawan Negi, Kedar Jadhav. So options galore, and Abdul Razak probably he will come in as a left-arm spinner as well. So they're spoiled for choices.
Well, listening to all those options, they might not even need to bowl seam if they don't want to, but they do have good seam options too. Hamid Hassan, can't wait to see him in action. Genuine pace. Subodh Bharti has had a very good tournament. They are stacked with bowling options. So George Worker is going to have his work cut out. He's had a good season, consistent. He's been the second top run scorer for Toyom.
Yeah, Hamid Hassan, whenever he's got an opportunity, he's bowled really well. One of the quickest in the K. Rasa Legends League. Also the variation he has, and we've seen how keen he is as well. this season. 6 matches, 91 runs, strike rate 130 for Peter Trigger. Knowing him, he sets very high standard for himself. So if this has got to be their last game, and if they don't qualify, he would like to finish it on a high. And so is George Worker. First time he has played this league and really made a mark. Very elegant, good-looking left-hand batter. But look at that for a career. And this season as well, 3rd match, 4 wickets, economy under 6, brilliant.
Well, we only saw 3 overs of seam in the entire Southern Superstars innings. I wonder if we'll see a little bit more from the Southern Superstars bowlers. Confirmation, the impact player used, and it is that man, Abdur Razak, in for Hamilton Masakadza. So just adding to the spin battery that I'm sure we'll see here. But how many overs is he going to give Hamid Hassan, Subodh Bhatti? That's a big question for today's captain, Kedar Jadhav. But this is going to be good. He has looked magnificent, Hamid Hassan. Every time we've seen him, effortless pace. Here we go. Straight into his work. I'll say even for the seamer in the first innings, only saw 3 overs, but Tyagi got his length right. Wasn't easy.
Yeah, they have to start well. It's not going to be easy. Hamid Hassan bowls a very good line, very good length. It's going to skid.
It's high up on the bat. He wants to take on the pull straight away. Not easy when you don't know the pace of the pitch.
Yeah, that would have given him some jitters on his hand. That hit him really hard, and on a surface like this with that hard kookaburra, it can really shake you up as a batter when the ball hits that hard, that high. But George Worker has been in good form. He's a clean hitter of a cricket ball. But Hamid Hassan, with all his experience, he's going to make life difficult. Straight away, the slips out. Square leg goes back. And there is a fielder in short mid-wicket as well. So I think that's a good option. They have to protect the boundaries. You know, the square leg is coming in because they already have 2 men out in deep third and deep fine.
And that's just beating in for pace from Hamid Hassan. Shook his hand in the lobby today at the hotel. He's got a very firm handshake. You can see where he gets a lot of his power, a lot of his pace from. Big, strong, hulking figure.
Look at that ball traveling. Also, he's such a skitty customer. You don't know as a batter how much the ball is going to bounce and if it's going to bounce. That went straight through to Shrivas Goswami. Short boundaries, the batter rely the shorter side, both leg and offside.
Around the wicket, that's taken off from nowhere. Goswami just gets half a glove to it to prevent the boundary, but where did that come from?
Wow. Look at that for a bounce. That ball just kicked off from short of good length. Whoa, that is dangerous. Reaction from Hamid. What a stop from Shrivas Goswami, saving at least 3 runs for his side. But that has surprised everyone. George Walker just said that nearly took my head off.
Well, this is flying through at the moment. I would not want to be out there facing this right now, particularly with a bit of variable bounce.
And Hamid Hassan is somebody who's not shy of bowling quick. He's going to bend his back, but look at that. And that ball came in as well after pitching. Great effort from Shrivas, but that was dangerous. As a batter, you are not expecting the ball to bounce that much from that length.
Top edge, all the way. Look at the pace of Hamid Hassan. Working against him in this case.
This is brilliant from Peter Trigger. Can't believe. That was just a top edge and flew over the fine leg. Big 6. The ball just drifting towards the pad. That was a lucky 6 for Trigger. He wouldn't be complaining. Hamid Hassan, he'll have to sort his line and sort his length out quickly. An extra bit of pace, which always allows the ball to carry further.
Yeah, it's short all the way around, really. It's mainly square of the wicket where it's very short, about 50 meters, but even straight, it's not that long. And he hasn't quite got his line right the last few deliveries.
Yeah, what he has done, he's got his pace right, but he's got to really sort his line. Length is absolutely fine. Just got to try and come a bit more on the stumps. At the moment, everything's swinging and drifting towards the pad of Peter Trigger. I think it's a good move, sending him top of the order.
Oh, battered off the back foot. Well stopped by Jessel Karia. Eventful first over. I think we all need to sit down. 10 without loss. From the evidence of the first over, watching pace on this pitch is going to be entertaining, it's going to be lively. We might see some runs as well, because you can use the extra pace with these short boundaries. Yeah, exactly, you want some of that. Sit back and enjoy with some popcorn. Put your feet up, enjoy the show. Because we're going to get a good show the next few overs. I mean, those guys have actually got the best view in the house. That's where I'd like to be right now. That's perfect. You can see the whole pitch. Maybe I'll see if I can commentate from up there via my phone or something. Abdur Razak, impact player. Oh, yeah. Immediately, Drago wants a piece of him to the short boundary.
I don't mind that option. I don't mind that intent from Peter Trigger. He's not somebody who's going to nudge around and take ones and twos.
He certainly isn't. It's not out in the middle, but it's enough to get to the boundary. Yeah, it looks at the toe.
And that's exactly what he's going to do. He's going to try and take the full advantage of the first 6 overs. He waits, he hangs on the back foot, usually against spinners and fast bowlers. But that one was slightly fuller in his arc. And he's a strong hitter, he's a powerful hitter.
Going again. Caught. Good catch. Had to jump up at first slip, Kedar Jadhav. And that's the first strike for the Southern Superstars.
Again, trying to hit it too hard. The option was right, the ball was there, but look, he just lost his shape, a bit of turn. Trying to again heave it towards the onside, and a fairly easy catch to the skipper, Kedar Jadhav, in slip speed to Trigger out for 13 of 5, 16 for 1.
Peter Trigger promoted to open the batting for Toyim Hyderabad. He's got a bright and breezy 13 off 5 balls, but he is gone. And it means skipper is in for Kirat Singh Mann. He's played really well on these slow, low turners. Lovely hands. And very good fielding too from Jeevan Mendis.
Beautiful shot. Wonderful to watch. But before that, Peter Trego, look at that. Wanted to go onside again. The ball just turning ever so slightly. And a simple catch to Kedar Yadav at slips. And that was the first wicket for the Superstars. And now is going to be George Worker. Has batted well. But look at that. 6 matches, 8 wickets in this season. Economy under 7.
I wonder if Worker's going to try and hit with the turn here. Try and get the slog sweep out against the Razak percentage option. Not a bad one for him. Easier for him to do it than Peter Trego. There we go. That's going to go away for runs. Wides, I would imagine.
Yeah, every run is going to be so crucial. What you don't want to do on this pitch is give free runs. Just drifting towards the onside, a bit of turn. Shivas Goswami was expecting the ball to bounce a bit more than it did. Couldn't get his hands to it. Suddenly dipping. 5 runs.
So 13 off that over, 23 for 1. Two men in yellow in the middle, tasked with getting Hyderabad up to a testing target of 154 on a pitch that they haven't batted on yet. That side of the ground now entirely in the sun. That's why most people are sitting over there. Get more sun than anywhere else. Not too many people straight down the ground. Here's Hamid Hassan again. Hits high up on the bat. He's really rushing Worker. They're going to come back for 2 after that fumble from Abdur Razak.
That was a good stop from Razak, saving a couple of runs on this outfield. Never easy. Hamid Hassan bowled really well the last time he played. Picked up a few wickets as well. 3 for 20 to be precise. A couple of wickets off the short delivery. He loves going short. We have already seen one. He loves bowling quick bouncers.
George Worker can attest to that after the first over. That's given as a wide. Borderline decision from Ranmore Martinez.
Not happy. I don't blame him. Was marginal. If you look at the match summary, batting first in that match, 194, the Southern Superstars.
That's another one that's taken off. This one was a little bit more tennis ball-y, but very hard shot to play when you've got variable bounce like this. But George Worker keeps trying to play that hook shot. Let's remind ourselves of match 11. Southern Superstars beat Manipal Tigers by 42 runs convincingly. Hamid Hassan 3 for 20. Excellent he was. That was in Surat on a very flat deck as well. Brilliant bowling performance by the Superstars to bowl out the Tigers in a reduced overs game. He goes full. He's picked up over the leg side. 1 bounce 4.
Excellent batting. Fantastic pickup shot. Slightly full, and with the angle was a slow delivery as well. But with the angle, it's easy picking for George Worker. Was pace off, but he put enough to get it. 1 bounce to the boundary.
I don't know why he bowled that slow ball. I'd go back to the pace here. He's thrown his hands at that, and it's gone all the way. Just over Razak at deep third. Runs are flowing now for Worker.
Probably that's the reason he didn't go pace on. But with such short boundaries, with his pace, you get a top edge, you get any edge. The ball travels. And suddenly it's been a perfect start for the Toyam Hyderabad. Look at that. That shouldn't be going for 6 in any ground, but it does.
I think go back to the shorter deliveries, Hamid. He wasn't scoring off them. Full again, dispatched all the way.
Sensational batting. It's magnificent to watch. 158 tournament sixes. Again, pace on, waiting on the back foot, picked up the length, and the angle helps massively to George Worker. Big over already, 19 with the ball remaining.
Bowled him! What a response! He points him back to the pavilion. Back you go, George Worker. Play that.
You wouldn't see many better Yorkers than that. He's known for his Yorkers, Hamid Hassan. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. George Worker didn't have an answer. Out for 19. I think umpire might want to check front foot. A lot of times the bowler, when they give that extra effort to bowl a Yorker, they overstep. But that is absolutely fine, no problem there. It's a big wicket. Worker out for 19 of 12, 42 for 2.
We have had a very entertaining start to this run chase. Shivakant Shukla is in, and that's another 6. Fantastic connection from Gurkirat Singh Mann.
Just wonderful. They've came with purpose, they've came with the right intent. They're not going to hang around. Again, in the slot. Look at that for a shot from the middle stump. If he missed, he was gone. The confidence of this man at the moment, brilliant.
Incredible innings this, isn't it? We've had 5 6s already. That's one more than the Southern Superstars hit in their entire 20 overs. Current run rate, as we watch it again, that's brilliant slog sweep, really, absolutely perfect. And let's see if it's taken in the stands. I think it was. Well done, young man. Good technique, watched it all the way in. Awkward height.
Yeah, that's his day made. Nicely taken, good technique. Shivakant Shukla, it's a good player. Getting an opportunity to bat. Top of the order, number 4.
That's hit him on the glove. It's turned so much.
Razak, quite expensive usually. Hardly goes for any run, even in the power play. 5 matches in his T20 career.
It's gone aerial again, chance. Comfortably taken by Jaisal Karia. Got nowhere near the middle there, Shivakant Shukla. So while the runs are flowing, the wickets are tumbling.
That's what Razak does. Even if he's expensive, he always picks up wicket, especially in the power play. Shivakant Shukla, I think that he chose the right option, but the ball again stopping a little bit, getting the toe end, and an easy catch at the end for Jaisal Karia. Very safe pair of hands. And 2 wicket in quick time. Out for a duck, 49 for 3.
Toyib Hyderabad sticking with the left-right combination. Ravi Jungid is in now. Try and put the left arm spinner off his work, but he's already taken 2 wickets. Oh, have to hurry up there. I think he realised that Hamid Hassan had the ball in his hand, but they will get the single. And the 50 is up after just 4 overs. We've had to wait a long time for cricket here in Srinagar, and my, haven't they been treated to some entertainment in the last 4 overs. 50 runs, 3 wickets. That is the kind of power play that you want as a fan. It is all happening as the sun goes down. Beautiful time of day, beautiful place, tree-lined ground, the Bakshi Stadium. Great place for us to be for this momentous occasion. And it looks like Kedar Jadhav has had enough of pace on. He's going back to spin from both ends. Jessel Karia. Oh, did they hit the pad first? Ranmore Martinez says bat.
I think a lot would depend how skipper Gurkeerat Rahman bats in this innings. They don't have a very deep batting. Quite a few players missing. And hence, they hit the pad first, it seems.
Yeah, I thought it did. That was my initial reaction. Pad, then bat, then pad again. Let's have a look at it.
It was a very close call, wasn't it? But before that, another wicket. Shivkant Shukla wanted to go for that big shot, getting the bottom of the bat.
That's close, it's turned. Maybe turned too much. It's going to run away for leg byes as well, 4 of them.
Yeah, I think the right decision made by the umpire. Clearly, impact outside the line of off stump. Unfortunate for the superstars that the ball still managed to travel all the way to the boundary, but nicely bowled. He's bowled really well, Jessel Karia. Pitching in line, but just impact outside.
Really searching start from Jessel Karia, right on the money straight away. How about that one? No, says Ranmore Martinez. How many appeals and what over?
Every ball, there's something happening. It's too much drama, too much tension. Look at that again. That was close. That was close. Maybe drifting.
You got a little under edge on that. Excellent over. No runs off the bat. Just 4 leg byes. It's 54 for 3.
Been all action these first 5 overs. 6s raining in all directions, wickets falling, and look at that for a backdrop to a cricket match, the first big cricket match here in Srinagar for almost 40 years. And I think there's some bat on that one. But very exciting start this. Gurkeerat, he needs to stay out there. He's had to do it a few times throughout this tournament, anchor it for his team. And that's exactly what we need today. But we have seen quite some explosive cricket to start off this innings. But at the same time, wickets have been falling.
Worker got a cracker. Absolutely brilliant. He got some tap a couple balls before, and he just showed him where the hot tap is.
Just managed to keep that foot down, I think. But we're going upstairs for this one anyway. It really is all happening. It seems to be something happening every ball.
The last over, there was virtually an appeal every delivery. LBW, bat pad. Now they're going to have a look. Whoop the stumps off. First of all, Razak with his front foot. Looking good. Down to the business end. Trying to tee off. The bat, the foot is grounded and the foot stayed grounded. Good work though, behind the stumps, just checking. Keeping the umpire upstairs honest.
It shows just the importance, doesn't it, of balance. There's the decision, not out. Balance in sport is just such a key part of it. You can have all the strength and biceps you want, but if you can't balance, you're going to have an issue.
Having another look at the wicket earlier on. Shukla trying to sweep, didn't really commit to it, just a half real hearted stroke in career. Really good catch in the deep. Razaki's had a great series.
There's a little bit of turn again. We did see some big turn earlier on today, so it can at times, but it's not been regular. But this has been a really impressive over from Razak, coming in as the impact player. What a spell he's played so far, and he's still got an over up his sleeve.
Keeper!
And that means Jangid will keep the strike for the beginning of the next over. So that'll bring the power play to a close. 6 overs gone, 56 for 3. So we've seen the mountains in the background, but it's about the building the trajectory on those wiggly worms in the front. At first, it looked like they were going to build their own mountains, the Toyam Hyderabad, and it's just tapering off a little bit. But at this stage, the Superstars were 48 for 2, and Hyderabad, after raining sixes, of 56 for 3. They've hit 5 sixes already, but they have lost 3 wickets, and that's where the problem could lie. The power play is done and dusted. The captain is still out there in the middle, and that is important. And there is the signal for the end of the power play. So Jangid and Gurkirat out in the middle need to try and play a partnership like Gandhi and Goswami did earlier, because that really helped get the team back on track and stabilize things. So it has been explosive from the start. Toyam Hyderabad, this was the power play, the 3 wickets falling, but there have been some mighty strikes, and then that one, Peter Triga trying to go 2 in a row, and then Worker got stuck into his business, and then got an absolute peach. Sometimes it has your name on it, and that was the one. And this one from Shukla just didn't get a hold of it, and there's 3 down in the power play, but 56 runs on the board. He's found the gap there. We'll pick up 1, Gurkirat.
Gurkirat at times has shown he can hit the long ball, and other times he manipulates the ball quite well, but it's when he does those 2 skills in this during the course of the innings is normally his real strength of picking the moment when to put the foot down. That's a real strength of his.
Well bowled. Yes, we won't mind this. Every dot ball. That's what they want to be thinking at the moment.
Jangid has really struggled so far out there.
Has he found the edge on that? Has been put down. Hat's fallen off. He caught the hat, but not the ball.
Just deflected off the keeper, I think, and just made it a little bit trickier for Jeevan Mendes. At slip, have a look at the deflection. Deflecting onto the keeper's knee, and that's not easy. No matter what speed that's happening, that late deflection, and Curry is acting like it was a sitter.
Jeepers, this is quite some over. I've just stolen the word out of John Kent's mouth next to me.
It looks like he's playing landmines here, I tell you. It's just exploding, and he can't get it away.
That's a nice looking shot to finish the over, but he'll pick up just one from that. So Jangid now 3 from 14, 7 overs done, 59 for 3. Not too much difference in those, but the 3 wickets falling, and actually Jangid really struggling to get it away here. Only 3 off the 14 he's faced. And that's very late there to step back. There's a few people moving perhaps behind the sight screen. Or just waiting for the sight screen to be fixed. And there we go. Right. Dress rehearsal done, and let's go back and start it again. Comes down the pitch, takes it on this time. He's struggled, but this time he makes full connection, and he picks up 6.
The coach had a wry smile on his face as he clapped, and he just looked up onto the roof of where this ball got deposited. Brilliant shot. Get down there, get down the pitch, get to the pitch, and then have a go. Jangid has found it tough going so far, but is this the moment? He changes all of that, and the bowler Razak bowling his 4th and final over. He's been their pick of their bowlers throughout this tournament, been excellent. But now we need a new ball that's stuck in the roof somewhere.
Yeah, he moved early, it was nice, dance down the pitch, full connection, and just watched it absolutely soar. And the crowd loved it. It was a huge roar around the stadium here. And that's just upped his strike rate a little bit, up to 60 now. So 9 off 15 looks a lot healthier than 3 off 14 did. Kept honest that time. And so he's shown that he can do it, and he has got the timing today. Just tries to help that on his way, but it's going to be wide, and it could well hit the boundary, and he's well stopped in the end. And really good running as well. I think they may have come back for 3 here.
It wasn't off the bat though, it doesn't count. We said we were wondering if there'd be a 3 here today. 3 bars. The result, I should say, 4 wides. That's what it goes down as. So turning a lot, that Razak.
Gurkerat getting in on the, coming down at the pitch here, and I think that's he saw Jangid do it just a few balls ago and has thought, actually that's really going to work.
I looked at the bowler trying to get down for this ball here. It looked hard work.
It's almost getting into some kind of yoga position there, but a downward dog. Just hobbling a little bit there. Gurkerat facing up, 10 from 9. He's been in good form, this captain. Nicely played, just picks out the fielder, but he's been impressive throughout the tournament. He guided the team in their previous game with an unbeaten 52 in that low-scoring thriller against KSO. It looked like at one point they might not chase down the 100 needed, but the captain came out and played a captain's knock, and it was really impressive stuff. Great striking. And now he needs to come out and do the same again today.
Yeah, the squads have changed and switched players around, and they're all getting opportunity, which is really good.
Yeah, you're definitely leaving that one.
I think Razak had a rest a couple of games ago. Man also missed a game, so new captain as well here, Jadav today.
Helped on its way, and that's going to be 4. And Jangid is just pushing up through the gears now. Really struggled early in his innings, couldn't get it away, couldn't get anything on it. And now he's just pushing it up. 8 done, 75 for 3. These two are just building something in the middle here, and that's what they needed after wickets fell. But it was in the previous game against KSO that Gurkirat really came into his own, an unbeaten 52 to help them chase down their low-scoring 100 and win it by 4 wickets, make it 2 wins on the trot. And it was that which has kept them in this tournament, because they look like they might just be going down and out at the bottom of the table for a while.
Courier is proving tough to get away here. Great figures.
Yeah, so they're needing now just 78 off the 70, but it's 3 wickets down. But this was Jangid showing that he is actually able to middle it at times. We saw the big 6, and then the 4 just helped it on its way and had so much power on it. And the pace did the fielder, so he's just pushing up through the gears now. Slashed away. But the fielder out there on the boundary made good connection, didn't he?
Looked a bit awkward, that stroke, but bat on ball, rotating strike, very important here. He found early going very tough.
Clipped up in the air. It's going to land safe. And it's going to be 4. That's lovely looking shot from Gurkirat. He really is in form.
That was pure class. Got to the pitch, just flicked it over the man in the ring. And that is a percentage stroke. Well judged and timed. Didn't try to hit it too hard. Just placed it. Really good batting from him.
Well, that's ripped. It's well taken by Goswami behind the stumps. Just drop and run at the moment, and that's all right. It's well played. Jangid gets an opportunity to keep building that strike rate. Now 14 from 19, bearing in mind at one point he was 3 off 14. So that closes out the 9th over. Toyom Hyderabad 83 for 3. This partnership now 34 from 34. It's just what they need at this stage. So they'll be able to have time to have a little chat, because we're going to have a strategic timeout. So it's been an exciting start to this chase. It was all boundaries, wickets, everything going on inside that power play. And now they're just slowing things down a bit, but just keeping them calm, keeping it ticking over. The partnership building nicely. 34 from 34 between Jangid and Gurkirat, still out there in the middle. Worker, it was exciting, and then he got one with his name on it, and sometimes that just happens. Trigo, he hit a few nice shots, and then just went for one too many, reaching for it. And there'll have been time for Jangid and Gurkirat to just have a quick conversation and know that they're just building this nicely and keeping themselves in this game.
There's some pace, some hard pace from Hamid early on. Trigo tried to take advantage of the power play, as well as George Worker. A couple of maximums for them. Worker kept going. Gurkirat, he's been looking really good. Jangid put one on the roof. They need a new ball for that one. Had a smile on his face eventually because he was struggling before that. That's 6 sixes, 3 fours. There have been a lot of extras. There's been 20 from the Superstars. That's similar number of extras that Hyderabad had in the all 20 overs. So that's a big problem for the Superstars right now.
And this is how things stand at the moment. They managed to put up 153 for 5, all thanks to that partnership between Goswami and Gandhi in the end. So quite a hefty target. We thought around 140, 150 might be par. So now needing 6.45 and over, so just over a run a ball, really. And it looks like we're going to go back to some pace. And that's going to be another extra, and they've run one. So the extras really are leaking from the Superstars.
Interesting that they've gone back to seam. Seen spin being so effective throughout this match so far. Only 3 seam overs in the previous innings, and we're seeing the 3rd over of seam here already. So that's the man who's got some work to do. He's pretty dynamic in the field and a bit comedic as well at times.
Just sending mid-on out to long-on. It's well bowled. It's good length, that, from Hamid. And it's difficult. It could be difficult fielding this. Just that low sun over the pavilion. And the fans are generally all across the other side in the evening sunshine. They really have turned up in their numbers today for the first game here in Srinagar of this K Rasa Legends League Season 3. But where's the slip? And that's going to be 4 for Gurkirat.
But tentatively played. Extra pace can work for you sometimes, it can work against you on others. And this time, a good delivery. He's never slips in this quarter. And try to open the blade up, but genuine. I'd say a genuine edge, really, right off the toe end as well. Something that I might want to expand on a little bit is the altitude we're playing at, Georgie. The Wanderers, Joburg, 1,700 meters above sea level. Here we're at 1,500, so very high altitude we're playing at.
Clipped away. Yeah, interesting, that one. It's something you can sort of gauge that way. The altitude does make that difference. The ball will fly and it will go, and also makes running so much harder.
So Hamid will be sucking it up a little bit at this point, but having a look at the similar stage, Superstars way behind. The wickets, Hyderabad, 3 down. That's the only issue they need to be aware of at this point.
Good delivery, that one. And actually it's exciting because it's what you said between the innings, John. We were talking about this. You said they need to come out, and if they fire early, go for it in the power play. And that's exactly what they did. And then they've got themselves up there with the run rate, and then they can afford to just nudge it around for a while, build a partnership in the middle without the worry of trying to hit 6s, trying to hit big later on. because they want to, this is what they're playing for. They want to stay in that top 4, Toyam Hyderabad. Superstars are already qualified. And that looks like it just sliding down.
You'd think if it was the other way around, if a team was 91 for 3 after 9.4, you'd say, what is a good score here? And you'd say, it'll have to be 180, probably, the way they're going. But pitching outside leg, this one. One of the single man did not want that. And so far, another eventful over 8 off it. So that's a good one for Hyderabad again.
Well bowled. 1 to finish the over, so 10 overs gone, halfway through their overs here, 92 for 3.
So the points table, all important points table leading into the business end of the tournament. Superstars already qualified. Tigers and Capitals looking good. Capitals getting an important victory before they left Jammu, and Hyderabad with back-to-back wins moving into the final stage of the tournament. So Hyderabad are peaking at the right time, you say. But this is the game they need to win. They win this, they're right up into the top 3.
You'd have to say they're ahead of the game right now. Must drill through cover. Hamid Hassan does well on a difficult outfield, but they'll come back for 2. And I think this is a gamble that's paid off so far for Hyderabad. Ravi Jungid promoted up the order. Kept his eyes on the ball as it bobbled. Hasn't tended to bat this high. Hacks away and hits that in the air, but more in the gap. 4 more.
He's having a full go here. This is great to watch, and his teammates appreciating it. All saw the tough period he went through in his first 10 balls, but now he's hitting with a spin, getting himself in great positions to execute, beating extra cover once again. First one for 2, second one goes all the way for 4. So Currier for the first time under pressure.
Well positioned, short fine, very fine on that case. Yeah, Jungid means, at number 5, means that they've got Stuart Binney, Samiullah Shinwari in reserve, and it was a smart decision because the batting lineup is a bit shorter today. 50 partnership from these two and just 45 deliveries, and because they got off to a flyer in the power play, that's been perfect. This tempo has been good. They both hit a couple of 4s and a 6 each. Beautiful sight, this ground, as the sun goes down. That's a big swing. That's hit him outside the line. He made sure he got outside the line, Gurkirat.
He's looking to hit this one for 6 with a spin. Hitting him outside the line, hitting him in the ribs.
That connects. Now the 6 for Gurkirat. 2 6s off slog sweeps. Well ahead of the game now. Toyam Hyderabad, 105 for 3. Gokira playing another captain's innings here for his side. 28 off 18. He's put on 56 now with Ravi Jungid. And the Southern Superstars in need of something special now. Interestingly, it's going to be Hamid Hassan again to bowl out, and that will mean that they will have only used 3 bowlers, and all 3 of them will have bowled out in the first 12 overs of a T20 match. You very rarely see that. They've still got Pavan Negi. They've still got Chaturanga de Silva. Is Kedar Jadhav just leaving it too late to bring those guys in? Goes for the Yorker, doesn't get it. 4. They're racing towards their target.
You just spoke about 3 bowlers, and this is the third bowler completing his set of 4. I've never seen this in T20 cricket. Pace on. Jana heave it through the offside. Outside edge, 4. And goodness me, he's made up for that slow start, that's for sure now. And boundaries are flowing.
Yeah, Chaturanga not playing, but they've got Jeevan Mendis available. Jadhav himself. You'd think Kedar Jadhav would be a handful on this pitch with low bounce, his low arm.
Jungid, that was the one that got him going. Same over. Pulled it away for 4 as well. Man Singh, brilliant work from him. And the last over from Korea, they got hold of him. All the way. Brilliant way to finish the over.
Yeah, I just wonder what the thinking is from Kedar Jadhav here. Does he feel like those 3 bowlers are his best options, so he thought he'd better get an early wicket or 2 early, and that's why he's bowled just 3 of them. He's short on options now. Superstars are in the first qualifier. Toyota Hyderabad, if they win, will join them in the playoffs. And that's beaten the man behind square. Well fielded on the boundary there, coming around Chirag Gandhi. Hope he hasn't done himself an injury. Put his body on the line.
It's probably one of the shortest boundaries on the ground. He's hurt his elbow or forearm. Pace again and just skewing in front of point on this occasion. Have a look how he went down here. Oh, he just fell awkwardly on that right wrist. It looked very uncomfortable.
He fell awkwardly because he was worried about his knee as well getting caught. So then that disrupts the way that you feel you're going to fall, and you put your arms out. And he might have injured his elbow or forearm by the looks of it. Not good news for Southern Superstars. They're going to have a sub-fielder come on. Just look at his right hand there. Oh, it jars his elbow, I think. Really hope that's not serious. Around the wicket. Brilliant fielding from the skipper. Almost sensational.
Top class. Whipped on the onside, both batsmen almost having a chat in the middle for a second. Good flick, powerful flick. And this is the great stop to start with. Left hand getting up, Shah. Brilliant work from him. That's what they need, something special, get back in this game.
And that time he does nail the Yorker. It's not on the right line. Hamid Hassan expensive. 1 for 44, 113 for 3. Look at that golden dusk sky here in Srinagar. Just illuminating parts of the ground. Beautiful mountains in the background too. Clouds being lit up by that sun as well. It's a stunning sight. we're going to see a second seamer in Subodh Bhatti. Thought he might have seen him, but we might have seen him a bit earlier. Bowled very well this tournament. Good Yorkers. Swings the ball into the right-hander.
A lot of teams have a fairly simple framework or recipe with some of their bowling orders, and Razak has most of the time opened the bowling, but so has Bhatti. So they've changed it up quite a bit. They've gone with extra pace early doors. It hasn't really worked, really. 4 overs for 44, Hamid. But now Bhatti's brought into a situation where they need wickets.
Gokira will just keep going about his business. He's been here before in this tournament, perhaps on an even tougher pitch in Jammu. 50 not out to lead his side home in a crucial match. Game before this one. Looks like he's in that mood again. Very nice back cut.
Interesting field set. If he bowls at the stumps, though, there's every chance he's going to get worked onto the onside where there's not many fielders. They need to try and create some pressure here. This partnership looking extremely dangerous. They're playing with some real positivity here. They're not just looking to knock the ball around like we saw the superstars in the middle overs in the first innings. They look to just be knocking around a ball and never really put the opposition under pressure.
A lot of shying his stumps at the moment. Not easy for the guys backing up.
Like we said, now looking to be really positive. Play your shots, commit to the shot. And Gurpreet Mann just drifting a little bit, but safely back. Nick, you haven't seen him bowl yet. He's one of their best players with a ball in hand here, and he's getting a bit cold there. You better loosen up, I think.
It's generally been saved to the back end of the innings anyway, Pavan Negi, almost like a spin bowler who bowls at the death, a death bowler. But I think in this case, because they're behind the 8 ball, you've got to bring him in a bit earlier, really, because it might be too late. He might still win them the game, but yeah, I thought I'd have at least given him an over by now, probably a couple.
What is starting to happen here? If Hyderabad win this game, the superstars were 5-0, cleaning everyone up, winning games confidently, thrashing teams, in fact. And now, lose 2 from 2. So now there's some real question marks, maybe a little lack of confidence now. And just try and peak at the right time. And these men in yellow have done just that. They're playing some great cricket. Whoever gets the opportunity, they're taking it.
And that one is bounce. So there is still that variable bounce there. I just don't think the Southern Superstars bowlers have got it right at all today. I think they've allowed the batters to score at a far quicker rate than you should do on this pitch. There might have been a cross seamer.
So look at 16 wides. That's almost 3 extra overs, and that's not even the runs you score off those extra deliveries. So that's really been costly for them today.
Strong end to the over by Bhatti, finishes with 2 dots, 116 for 3. School's out, so the boys are in. So are the adults as well. Men and women waited so long for this kind of cricket match to happen. And I think they're being treated to a pretty decent spectacle, given the conditions and the circumstances of trying to prepare a football pitch last minute. Here's the man of the moment. Here's Negi. Oh. And immediately finds turn. Where was he?
Geez, the captain needs to sort it out. It's just, he's taking so long to get him on here. Look at that first delivery, Negi. How are you meant to get back on that? Absolutely impossible. And he's bowling to an informed Gurkri man as well.
What he does really well on these pitches, Negi, is he bowls with pace, and he's got that low arm action. So he's got the one. Oh, they might get another overthrow here. Sloppy from Superstars. I think he might have been undone, Negi, by a bad bounce as it came into him. What he does really well, as I was saying, was low arm action. He's got the one that skids on as well to the right-hander. Oh. Set up very early for the reverse slog. Not signalled a wide. Maybe because he switched stances, but still looked pretty wide. I mean, you're never going to be able to get anything on that.
Maybe he should turn around a bat left-handed. There's only an easier way to play that. You push forward and it's just going miles past your outside edge.
Jaffa! Negi breaks the partnership.
That's why he's regarded so highly in this tournament. He steps up, he takes wickets. It's his 10th now in the series. He's pushing up the top wicket takers list. Why has it taken so long for him to come into the attack? Pitching leg, hitting off, the dream delivery for any left-arm spinner. Top class. That's a massive wicket lost for Hyderabad. The skipper, he's gone for 32, 118 for 4.
Is there a twist in this run chase? Gurkirat Singh was looking in supreme condition. He's just been bowled by an unplayable delivery from Pavan Negi for 32 off 26, 118 for 4. But they still only need to go at 5.84 runs and over to win this. Stuart Binney in for Hyderabad. What an over that was, 118 for 4. Look at that yellow Hyderabad worm. It's not been a consistent line. It's been up, it's been down, it's been up again, and now it's going down a little bit towards the blue worm. But they've only lost 4 wickets, so they just need another partnership from Jungid and Binney. Another 20 or so, and they'll be very close to their target. But they don't have the batting depth that they usually have. There's no Ricky Clark, no Chadwick Walton, no Sean Marsh. So these two, it's pretty important that they do just get a little partnership together. They don't want to lose 2 in quick succession. Here's Jadav.
Interesting watching him bowl in the previous game is his front leg is very bent and his bowling arm is extremely low, so he's not coming from much of a height, but the strike rate stands out. Stuart Binney, and he'll be comfortable, more comfortable facing Jadav, the off spinner, at this point.
Well done, well done.
Only 6 wickets in T20, but he's a better bowler than that, Kedar Jadhav. Clean strike. Is it clean enough? It is for 4. The direction was key.
I think Binney's going to open up here. That's his first shot. That's his look. That's his sighter. There's 2 fielders out there, and he bisected them. Toe end of the bat, so once he middles it, the field's not going to be big enough for him.
He's not an easy bowler to get underneath, is he, either? Kedar Jadhav gives you no bounce to work with. He comes down at him, drags this one low. He went for the catch, Hamid Hassani couldn't get there, and it's gone for another boundary. Back-to-back 4s.
Binney's got some dinner plans. He wants to get out of here as soon as possible. He's faced 2 deliveries, both times getting down the wicket. His bat just turning in his hand, so he hasn't middled one yet. And Hamid, brilliant effort from him. You've got to say, diving forward, fast bowler. That's a wonderful effort from him, but it just trickles away for another boundary.
Yeah, he had to go for the catch, didn't he? Because they need a wicket. Good commitment in these conditions. Binney wants to end this quickly.
For the first time, the superstars are looking out. They're looking flat, deflated out in the middle. And look at that brilliant delivery. It's probably one of the best deliveries we're going to see all season of Legends League cricket. Flicking it leg side, off stump goes back.
Yeah, I just wonder if for the superstars that decision to save Negi, to save even Jadhav himself, is going to come back to bite them. Might just have had 2 fewer runs to play with when those 2 came on. Stumping chance, did he do it? I think that might be out, you know. Brilliant work from Goswami. Threw the stumps down with his gloves on while he was on the floor.
That is astounding work. Binney was once again charging down the pitch. I think Jadav saw him coming and he darted it down the leg side, and Goswami did some unbelievable work behind the stumps. Firstly, to catch the ball, and then threw the stumps down while on his back. That is absolutely brilliant. Let's have a look at this low bowling arm we were talking about a minute ago. Have a look how low, his back knee's almost on the ground. But this is now well out of his ground. There's the take, he's past the wide line. There comes the throw, bang! That is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Goswami, that is the moment of the game.
Really was, he just had to spin and throw. How often does a keeper do that? Never. And he nailed it. Big moment, big wicket. Binney goes for 9.
स्टंप में रखना ये बॉल।
Shinwari, the new batter, immediately goes slog sweep for 6. What a first ball. Amazing over as well. We've seen some brilliance in those 6 balls. At the end of it all, 136 for 5.
Bang, slog sweep, short boundary. That's been the go-to stroke.
But the sun is setting over the mountains in the distance. Is the sun setting on the superstars tonight? Because Toyom Hyderabad are playing sort of hit out or get out cricket at the moment. It's sort of 6 or out. Now 18 needed off 30. And it's been quite some striking. We've seen 8 sixes in this innings, and they're well ahead of where the superstars were at this point. Jangid, he's really doing a job. And this last delivery of that last over, the slog sweep, first delivery, send it on its way. Tidy start to the over. This one, Negi, he's been really impressive. We did wonder why it took so long to bring him on, though.
Yeah, I think what they thought that he's going to come and bowl his last 4 overs, starting around the 13th over mark. But by then, the Toyom Hyderabad has accumulated quite a few runs already, which I think they did not expect. But you're absolutely right. When they were going well, they should have bought Negi for a couple of overs early.
Because he can do this, he can just keep them quiet. You know, they come in, they hit sixes in all directions, but even if he's not taking a wicket, just got to keep them quiet.
Nicely played. He's batted really well. A very important innings under pressure again. Stuart Binny jumping out too early was a short delivery, but look at that for a stumping from Shivas Goswami. Just brilliant. It was a very difficult take in the first instance, and then managed to turn and throw it on the stumps as well. And the happiness on the faces shows it all.
Goes reverse this time, picks out the gap, and he's going to pick up 4, and they're marching to victory here, Toyom Hyderabad.
Well, he's come up with a completely different mode here, Shanwari. First slot sweep for a 6, then the reverse for a 4. Just outstanding cricket, brilliant. This is brilliant to watch.
Just clips it away, and that's really well stopped, one-handed. Body on the line by Karia.
Yeah, even the effort on this outfield have been splendid by the fielders. They've given it all. The commitment has been top class.
Oh. Was there a chance? Was his foot out? Chance of a stumping? Who knows? But 16 overs gone, 141 for 5. And there's the signal from the umpire. It's going to be time to come together, and they're going to have a strategic timeout. Toyam Hyderabad eyeing up a spot, a potential spot in the playoffs if they can win today. Superstars are already there. They put up 153 for 5, which looked a pretty good score. But the Hyderabad, they came out firing in the power play, and that is what has elevated them to this stage. Now they just need 13 off 24. Jangid still out there. Him and Gurkirat really did the business in the middle after there was some big hitting early on. And now 13 required to book themselves a win, make it 3 in a row, and head on through to the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. Only team beating them back to back. The Superstars. Toyam Hyderabad took special liking for the top of the table. And now it's just a matter of time. Still, things can happen. It's T20 cricket. A couple of wickets you lose and it can go down to the wire.
That's clever cricket, that. There is a man down there, but just opening that face, soft touch.
It's been a very sensible knock from Jangid. And what a partnership between him and Gurkirat. Really took the game away from the Superstars. And Shinwari came with a real intent, purpose. First ball 6, second ball 4. And those 10 runs has really made a huge impact in the outcome at the moment.
Beaten the edge there. And that's exactly what they needed. He just came out and he said, right, I'm going to stamp my authority on this. Just bash to 6 first ball, taking off that pressure.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no point dragging things along. You've got to try and finish this game in a canter. I think his intent still should be to hit boundaries, to try and play his shots. That ball just nipping away from him at the end. But if he gets an opportunity, he should try and launch another one. That would really really seal the deal.
Sent back, gonna have to be quick to get back. There's no one there.
Yeah, that was a bit of a mistake from Negi. He should have gone for a direct hit, thought he's gonna lob it to the bowler. There was not enough time for that. But if he had a shot at the stump, direct hit could have easily seen the back of Jangid. Shinwari made the right call. There was absolutely no chance for a single there, especially when it's Pawan Negi at point.
Free runs again. Oh, the extras have just seeped out of the Superstars today. That's 25 extras now.
11 required of 21 with 5 wickets in hand. The Toyam Hyderabad will have to do something remarkable to lose the game from here. And they're still batting. Vipul Sharma can bat. The other batters who are supposed to come are also capable. Malhotra is a proper batter. He's hit 6 sixes in a match twice in his career. And then Bipul Jakati can bat, so there's still batters to come.
He's had a big heave at that. As you can see, Shinwari still wants to deal in boundaries.
I think is the right way to do it. If he gets a top edge, he might pick up a boundary. If he gets middle of the bat with such short boundaries, he can pick up another boundary. And a boundary here is pretty much game over for the Superstars. Well bowled by Bhati. Only 5 runs of his 10 deliveries. They need wicket.
And there's that equation. 11 needed from 20. Good crowd still in tonight. Shinwari striking nicely when he makes contact. You could see the thought process in there. He moved just early, and it's a really good delivery in the end from Bhati.
Yeah, slower delivery. Just rolling his finger, and also the lack of bounce didn't allow Shinwari to get close to that delivery. Only 2 runs. 1 more delivery left. This is a pressure ball for Bhati, and it's sort of a free hit for Shinwari again. He's going to swing, and he should swing.
Full toss, it was there to be hit. And it's a dot ball to finish the over. Tidy one in the end, just the 2 runs coming from it. 17 done, 143 for 5. They've got 3 overs left to score 11 runs, but you don't really want to have to take it into the final over. There's the coach, Michael Bevan, there of the Superstars. Maybe a little bit of thinking. They were absolutely flying for a while. That's a nice shot. There's a gap there. Martin Guptill's not going to get there. Fielders just pierces between the two of them. And he picks up 4, and it's now into single figures needed.
Nicely played. Again, slightly full, but dragged it from way outside the off stump, nearly in that blue line. But managed to get the gap. What an innings, an impactful innings from Jangid, 39 of 44.
Now just 6 needed, but they'll want to get this done as soon as possible. The Toyam Hyderabad just stamp that authority as they finish out this.
Yeah, they can't believe it. What a chase this has been. When it was 154 to get, it looked very difficult with some of their main batters not playing. Nicely played. Nicely played. Was very low. Managed to get a single. Now he hit away. Can he do it with one hit?
They win this one, they stay in the top 4, and they do book themselves a spot in the playoffs, the Toyam Hyderabad. They'll go on up to number 2, so that will be a big win for them. And there's the battle then for the next 2 spots. And they're leaking more extras.
Yeah. Before this ball, they needed a 6 to win. Now they can do it with a 4. Was a wonderful take by Shivas Goswami towards the leg side. We just feel that Jangid wants to do it in style.
Well, Goswami has had a really good game. We saw that stumping, and that'll be one you want to watch on replay. You hope it ends up on the socials.
Yeah, it will. Absolutely. But before that, he batted beautifully.
It's nicely played. It's all they need to do at this point. And Shinwari, do you think his eyes will light up? He's got 1 delivery now to play off the final ball of this 18th over. He could do it in 1.
But they're guaranteed a spot if they win this. And also, they'll improve their net run rate.
That's well weighted. It's going to be a dot ball, though. Well, he started with a 6. 18 done, 151 for 5. Happy captain there. Didn't win the toss, but he's done quite well here at his side. They've come out on the right side of this. All they need is 3 more runs from 12 balls. They'll want to get this done before they have to take it into the final over and just have a little impact on that net run rate too. But it's been a really impressive chase, this from Toyam Hyderabad. Full toss, not taken on, so it'll just be a single.
At the first look, it seemed like it might be slightly higher. Not a happy coach at the moment. Michael Bevan sets very high standard for his team and for himself as well. Looking at this match, you've got to give a lot of credit to Toyam Hyderabad, the way they came and played the game.
There he goes! That's the game! That's massive! And Shinwari finishes it with an absolute monster! And Toyam Hyderabad, after being bottom of the table for so long, have now booked themselves a spot in the knockouts.
That is unreal. Game, set and match, says Shinwari with that massive blow. 6 to finish things off, not out on 17, but a lot of credit should go to Jangid, the way he batted, the way he carried the innings, held one end together beautifully, played some magnificent shot in that innings of 42 or 48, but this will give them a lot of confidence. A couple of games early, they were down, they were out, but what a comeback. by the Toyama Hyderabad, winning 3 matches back-to-back, winning 2 games against the top of the table, beating them in reverse fixture. This is just brilliant cricket. A lot to think about the Superstars, but they would have loved to carry on that winning momentum for the playoffs.
They've got to try and rediscover that now, somehow, the Superstars. Tournament play is such a difficult one. If you start absolutely flying, it's how you keep that momentum through the tournament. Hyderabad have gone the other way. Difficult start, some rain-affected matches on the wrong side of a few results, perhaps. And now they've just built that momentum. They're into the playoffs, and they're looking really strong today. And this has been a really exciting first game to have here in Srinagar.
And I've been going on about it, that to me, Toyama Hyderabad has the best batting order, one of the best of 5, even though 3 of them didn't play in this game. Still such a strong side. They've got so much depth, so much talent, and look at that for a shot. And the way, that's the way to finish the game. It was a low delivery, but what a lovely swivel when he played that pull. And that carried a long, long way. Nearly came to the commentator's box, and aren't they happy?
Yeah, nearly came towards our box. There was a moment I thought, I'm going to have to take evasive action here. We saw Martin Guptill do it back in Surat, sent it through our screen, and that's a very happy coach there, Nikhil Chopra. He is loving his time in Srinagar. He's been out on the golf course, and now they're winning games convincingly against the top of the table. It's easy, this coaching malarkey.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he's going to spend a lot more time in the golf course, to be honest. Loves his golf, along with some of the team members in his team as well. But this win has really set things up for the Toyama Hyderabad. A lot to think for the Superstars. They still managed to play a good brand of cricket. Toyama Hyderabad qualifying with this win with 5 wickets.
Really impressive, Shinwari today. Gets the appreciation. He came out, smashed a 6, his first delivery, and then finished the game with a 6. And the team all coming together in a huddle. They, at one point, looked down and out in this tournament. It was going to be a difficult time, but they've now won 3 on the bounce, and they look like a team in some serious ascendancy. Big round of applause from Hyderabad. They're into the playoffs. We didn't see that just 10 days ago, a week ago perhaps.
Yeah, Nikhil Chopra just having a little chat with his team for the effort they're putting out there. Wasn't an easy chase on a difficult condition, but they did it with ease and with 5 wickets to spare.
So it's all change after this game, but Jangid, he was so impressive today. He anchored it 42 from 48. Gurkirat again in there with the runs. The captain, he's been really impressive. And then Shinwari came in at the end and said, I'm going to be the power hitter to just come through and get this finished early, because that's what they wanted to do. Wanted to get it done, tick it off, didn't want to have to take it to that final over. And then the 26 extras in there really did have an impact. And a difficult day for the bowlers. 2 for Razak. He was the standout bowler. Negi didn't come on for a while. Picked up a wicket. 1 also for Jadav and 1 for Hamid. So it's a good day to be a supporter of the Toyama Hyderabad, because they're looking very impressive. 153 put up, and they chased it down easy as you like with 5 wickets to spare. And it's now time to hear from the losing captain.
I've got Kedar Jadhav alongside me, captain of the Southern Superstars. Where'd you lose that one, Kedar?
I think we were not able to read the wicket properly. We thought it'll get slightly dry, and with the foot marks, you know, it'll help our spin bowlers later. But unfortunately for us, it got better, and that is where I think we lost the game.
You also kept yourself back, and Pavan Negi, what was the thinking there with the ball?
To be honest, I definitely not wanted to bowl today, because looking at the small boundary, and with my thing, my bowling's advantage is, you know, I don't get my ball too up to get under the batsman's. There's no elevation, but on such small boundaries, you know, they go after it, and that is where, you know, it's not. I don't have too many variations. The only 2 variations I rely on is the height of the ball and if it turns. So I think
We've definitely noticed the low arm. Don't worry about that. You've lost 2 in a row now. I mean, you still will be in the first qualifier, but it's important in that game. You need to get your momentum back straight away.
Look, all of us are very professionals. You know, we know how to come back, and especially when you are already in the knockout stages. You know, sometimes what happens, player lack intensity. And today and the last game also, we were trying few things. You know, in terms of batting order, in terms of bowling changes. So I think we were just because we were in the knockouts, we are in the knockouts. That is why we were slightly complacent, you can say. But come on 12th, we'll definitely have our A game and our A players at their right position playing.
Even though you lost, was it still a pleasure to play in this beautiful setting with the mountain behind, lovely old stadium as well?
Absolutely. At this time in India, you get to have a wonderful weather, mountains across the ground, and overall the cold breeze, it makes cricket more pleasurable because there's no sweat. Even if you're playing, there's no sweat, and as long as there's no sweat, you tend to keep on playing for hours and you don't realize how long you have played.
Yeah, very nice conditions, definitely. Kedar, good to see you. See you soon.
Thank you. See you soon.
Well, the moon is out, and you know who'll be the happiest? The Toyota Hyderabad now. They put themselves up to second. They're heading into the playoffs. And we're going to go to a quick break now, and we'll be back with the post-match presentation. Welcome back to the K Rasa Legends League Season 3 Match 19. The Toyam Hyderabad had defeated the Southern Superstars by a whopping 5 wickets, chasing it down inside 19 overs. And it was a thumping win in the end that has booked themselves a spot in the playoffs. And we have seen quite a game here to kick things off in Srinagar.
Yeah, the way they started, they came out with a real intent, started with a brilliant 6-meter trigger, and then got another one. And finally, just getting caught at slip by Kedar. But the innings had everything, the power, the intent, and some beautiful shots, some power hitting, and some excellent bowling from Hamid. That Yorker nearly broke the stumps, and then came again. Back-to-back wicket, gave them a real sighter. They thought they've got a comeback in the game, but that drop cost them heavily.
And then it was destructive as we headed towards the close. Shinwari came out later on in the innings and just struck it nicely from early on. But Gurkirat, the captain, he really steered the ship, and that's what they needed in the middle, just a partnership to build, and he's been in really good form in this tournament.
It was not just about power hitting, it was a lot of composure there. There's a lot of beautiful shots, not just big hitting, some excellent bowling, a bit of turn from Negi. Then Stewart came in, got a couple of boundaries. Brilliant effort from Hamid, but just dropping short. Then that unbelievable piece of work behind the stumps from Shivas Goswami to get rid of Stewart Binney. But then it was a show by Shinwari and Jungit.
Yeah, the Shinwari show started it with a 6 in his first ball and finished it with a 6. And it was sensational hitting. We thought we were going to have to take evasive action. We thought we were going to lose the ball at some point. And big celebrations from the 2 batters there at the end, finishing it in 18.2 overs. They started absolutely firing up the top. Jangid, his 42, not out at the end, and Shinwari firing it. And it was really impressive hitting by the Toyam Hyderabad.
Yeah, we talk about bowling. There was not a lot to talk about. Pretty much everyone a bit expensive. Jadhav expensive, Hamid expensive. Couple of wickets for Razak. But still, if you look at the amount of runs he's gone for, 39 of his 4 overs. So it really boils down to the brilliant batting.
Well, they managed to get themselves up to 153 for 5 in their 20 overs, the Superstars. And we thought that might be enough, but they came out firing Hyderabad, chased it down easily, winning by 5 wickets. And it is now time for the post-match presentation.
Great to be back here in Srinagar. The locals have had to be patient, almost 40 years. They've had to wait for a big game of cricket, and I hope we've delivered with some exciting action tonight. And congratulations to Hyderabad. They are through to the playoffs alongside the Superstars. It's time for the presentation. First of all, the K Rasa Legends League would like to thank all of its partners and the Jammu and Kashmir administration and the Jammu and Kashmir Sports Council, plus, of course, great work by the Chief Curator, Mr. Rajveer Singh, in getting that pitch ready for cricket. This is normally a football stadium. Allow me to introduce you to our presentation party to my left. First of all, Sri Atal Dalu, IAS Worthy Chief Secretary, Jammu and Kashmir, and his wife. Sri Samad Hafiz, IAS Secretary to Government, Youth Services and Sports. Ms. Nuzhat Gul, Secretary, J&K Sports Council. Mr. Bashir Ahmad Khan, Sales Head, TCI Max Cements. Mr. Fawzul Kabir, Founder, GR8 Sports India Limited. Mr. Viresh Pratap Singh, Co-Founder, Sportsmint. And Mr. Shuja Ali, COO, Toyam Sports Limited, who are, of course, the Hyderabad owners. So he will be very happy at the moment. We have 3 awards to hand out as well. First of all, the TCI Max Cement Dependable Player of the Match Award. I'd like to invite Mr. Bashir Ahmed Khan to hand over the check to Chirag Gandhi. He's been very dependable all through this tournament. Today, 33 off 29 as well, played a big role in getting his side up to 150 plus. Well played, Chirag. Next up, we have the GR8 Sports Game Changer of the Match Award. I'd like to invite Mr. Fazal Kabir to hand over the bat and check to another very, very important innings for his side. Gurkirat Singh Mann, 32 off 26 balls for the Hyderabad captain. We'll be hearing from Gurkirat in just a moment. First of all, though, we have the Legend of the Match Award, of course, the big award of the night in terms of players. I'd like to invite Mr. Shuja Ali to hand over the check to and the trophy to, Mr. Virish Pratap Singh will hand over the trophy. Mr. Shuja Ali will hand over the check, and it goes to someone who had a real all-round impact today. 1 for 24 and a crucial innings of 42, Ravi Jangid. Promoted up the order, Ravi. That was a key innings, wasn't it, as well, to help get his side over the line. And he got a very big wicket, too, of Martin Guptill. OK, so Hyderabad are through to the playoffs. Let's hear from their captain, Gurkirat Singh Mann. We meet again after you've won. Congratulations. How proud are you of your side to chase down that target on a pitch they haven't batted on before with key players missing?
I'm really proud of the boys, the way, you know, they put in that effort. It was, I think, more than 100% in the field, in the bowling also, and I'd say batting also. Although the wicket eased out a little bit when we were batting, and it helped us because, you know, at the end of the day, we also wanted to bat after winning the toss.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's very interesting conditions as well. You've got short, square boundaries, slightly longer straight. You're not sure how the pitch is going to play. So when you were batting, did you really try and target the square areas as much as possible?
Not really. I just wanted to, you know, capitalize on the loose balls, because when the boundaries are smaller sideways, so you always know at the back of your mind that you can always, you know, multiply whenever you want to. So I just wanted to take some time on the wicket and, you know, build a strong partnership with Ravi.
Did it feel like you were being involved in a momentous occasion here? The first game here, first big game really in almost 40 years?
Definitely, you know, loved the crowd here. You know, it was filled, and hopefully in the upcoming games also, the ground is full.
You've won 3 in a row now, having taken a while to get off the ground. What's been the key to the turnaround? You guys are flying right now.
You know, I think earlier also, as I said in the dugout, that we've been playing one of the best crickets in the tournament, and first 3 matches also, last ball finishes. It was just, the good thing was that everybody gave their 100%, and that is what we wanted as a, you know, leadership group, that everybody go out there and give your 100%. Results is not in our hand. And I'm glad that 3 on the trot.
Yeah, and now you're going to be here for a few more days at least. I'm glad you guys have made it. Well done.
Thank you.
Really exciting first game here in Srinagar, and that is the end of the presentation.
A very happy captain there, Gurkirat. He's not only into the knockouts, but he's played really well himself. Southern Superstars is 153 for 5, just wasn't enough, and it was easily chased by Toyam Hyderabad in just 18.2 overs. Jangid out there unbeaten on 42 at the end, and it was finished with a monster 6 from Shinwari. And it is quite some ground this. The backdrop has been phenomenal, and that is how things stand now. So we've got 2 queues on there. The 2 teams in action today are the 2 that now have spots in the knockout stages. Toyam Hyderabad, what a comeback. They were at the bottom for ages in this tournament, and they've now got themselves 3 on the trot and are up to 2nd. There are 2 more spots up for grabs, and we've still got cricket to come for you from Srinagar. So tomorrow night, the India Capitals take on the Manipal Tigers, and they're just looking at trying to get themselves a spot in those knockouts. So it's been great to have you. It's great to be in Srinagar, and we'll be back tomorrow for more cricket. It's a very exciting day bringing cricket back to Srinagar. Absolutely dispatched by Martin Guptill. That is the end of Martin Guptill.
That's like Shane Warne's ball in a century. Bang!
Goswami and Gandhi, this partnership going really well.
Is give it the old long handle.
One bounce four. Dispatched all the way. Bowled him. What a response.
He's having a full go here. This is great to watch.
Well ahead of the game now, Toyim Hyderabad. Brilliant work from Goswami. What a first ball.
There he goes! That's the game!
Check 1 2 1 2 3 check R1. Yeah. Check 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Check 1 2 1 2. Check R1 2 PA. Check 1 2 3 4 5. Check 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Check 1 2 1 2. गेट ईट पोटरकाना पारुपा. चेक 1. नहीं वो गेट भी डाला रहे, उनका डिजिटल मिक्सर है, वही बोल रहा था शिवा को. चेक 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. और थोड़ा बढ़ा सकता है. चेक 1 2 3